there from Bai. That's a freebie, but position confirmed now. This is not an easy 1v1 for the operator. GRQ inside of the dark cover. Creeping around the side. This is patience from Autumn. Scoped in now, but GRQ is a little quicker. And that is around GE.
वो मेरा माइक बंद है, मैं करूँ मेरे नेटवर्क के लगे पड़े यार एक्चुअली में ना मेरे को चेंज करना पड़ेगा अपना वाईफाई.
That was such a nice round. So close from both sides too. Global Esports though once again falling into this punishment on their defensive side where they give all gamers the numbers. Constantly peeking. This first kill was really nice. Javi getting that pick, falling back. They had the numbers. Everything made a lot of sense for them. But then just giving it up, and all gamers really well done too to speed up, make sure they're using those picks. The knives actually popped though for Autumn towards mid.
Nice pick on Department. Going down early in the piece yet again here. He's maybe spent too much time with Paper X, and if this keeps going the same direction, he's going to be spending some more time with them. Autumn. That's a nice double up. Could be the difference maker here. Instant reply from Fangir. Paranoia pushes them away from the spike, but GRQ will get his hands on it nonetheless. Just waiting in the corner is Yudotan. Doesn't seem like all gamers are cognizant of the fact that he is in that corner.
यार अभी भी हो रहा है क्या दिक्कत? नहीं. Now everything is fine, I guess.
Discipline here, my friend.
बाकी अपने बंदे कहाँ गए सारे के सारे? Like what? Where are you guys at?
Spike dropped in the middle of the map. Fangir very low on
Where you guys at?
By Harvey, and I'm sure all gamers. Oh, with the op thrown away.
भाई सब मेरे वो गया पूरा का पूरा ना.
This round. Fangir's been magical so far. Got his hands on a sheriff.
मेरा नेटवर्क गया बहुत ज़्यादा लैग कर रहा है.
Outrageous round for GE to let slip through their fingers. Orbs up. There's just no way in hell.
Yeah, they're split up though. Kind of scary. Crystal playing that close angle.
काम आ गए तुम लोग. मैं सोच रहा सारे के सारे गायब हो गए मेरे को अकेला छोड़ के. Most of the players खेल रहे को देख रहे इसलिए वॉचिंग कम है. वॉचिंग से मतलब नहीं है भाई. मेरी स्ट्रीम में तो देख नेटवर्क के कारण बार बार बंद हो रही है लम्बाओ. एंड आई एम नॉट अ को स्ट्रीमर. मैंने मेरा पहला को स्ट्रीम है तो मतलब तुम लोग चैट नहीं करोगे तो मतलब फिर नहीं आएंगे ज्यादा व्यूअर्स. कल पता है कल वही हुआ. कल कैरी ने जब तक चैट करें जब तक बहुत सारे वो आए थे व्यूअर्स. We black again. Black बिल्कुल. We are black again. Black लिख दिया भाई बैक को. भाई ऊडोटा ने क्या तो मारा है. मेरे को पता है 5 मिनट दिए गए फिर से टॉपिक के लिए क्वेश्चंस देखने के लिए और वो करने के लिए और मैं तुम लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ 5 मिनट. उसके बाद मेरे को नहीं पता मेरे को क्या बोलना है. लाइक लबाओ आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू से आफ्टर 5 मिनट्स. लाइक आई डोंट नो. लेट्स सी. मैंने आईएम्स भी नहीं पहन रखे पता है. आईएम्स मेरे नीचे पड़े हैं. मैं सिर्फ मैच को देख रहा हूँ यार. मेरे को तो एलेक्स को देखना था यार. उनके पीआरएक्स के कोच को. कल कोच कैम करते हैं मस्त. कल पीआरएक्स को भरते होगा भाई एलेक्स ने कहा था. ईडब्ल्यूसी में भी हार गए और जो अभी वो लंदन में कप हुआ था उसमें भी हार गए. लाइक मेरे को देखना है भाई एलेक्स का रिएक्शन. एलेक्स कोच का रिएक्शन. ऑटो करेक्ट. वी बैक अगेन. वही तो कैरी अब तू ऐसे ले लिया. ब्लैक लिख दिया भाई. एक तो तुम बताओ तुम्हें तो आवाज नहीं आ रही ना पीछे से ऊपर से ठक 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 भाई मेरे. क्योंकि पता है मैं सुबह उठता हूँ तब भी ठक ठक आ रही होती है. मैं रात में सोता हूँ तब भी ठक ठक आ रही होती है भाई. सब मतलब क्या कोई काम करवा रहा भाई अपनी छत पे साइड में उसकी ठक ठक यहाँ पे आ रही है. बहुत मेरा ऐसा हो जाता है दिमाग कि फिर से स्टार्ट हो गई यार. ठक 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 ठक. मतलब तुम्हें नहीं आ रही ना स्ट्रीम पे तो सही बात है. मारेगा ओथूम. लेट्स गो. फर्स्ट पिक. अबे 3 बंदे बी पे है. लेट्स गो. यहाँ पे से वाइपर और वो अकेला है. अच्छा मैं तो जी को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ ना. लबाओ वो मैं ही हूँ ऊपर फ्लोर पे. लबाओ गेमिंग सेटअप बिल्ड कर रहा हूँ पर तो हथौड़े से क्यों कर रहा है तो सेटअप है. डिस्कॉर्ड देख फ्लिश देखता हूँ, रुक मैं साथ में कुछ सोच भी रहा हूँ, मेरा ब्रेन वर्क कर रहा है साथ में टॉपिक के बारे में भी कि क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकता हूँ.
Retake could be online. Patman playing in that spawn. We have 3 players already over here. Cured though, trying to go for something aggressive.
यार लेट्स गो, मार दिया भाई फंगीर.
On site, Bai gets 1, Crystal gets another.
फैंगर नाम है ना उसका, मैं फंगीर भी कर रहा हूँ भाई.
And now pushing towards it.
आप दिल्ली में दीवार में छेद करके, वाह पीसी सेटअप के लिए दीवार में छेद है, वो भी आपके भाई के घर के पास है. यार पता नहीं क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, आज ही करेंगे सब कुछ. बाय द वे वंशिका भी है मेरे साथ उस पे इसमें इंटर्नशिप में. भाई सब मैं वही तो देख के हैरान हो गया, वो भी फेमिनिज्म वाले टॉपिक को सपोर्ट करने लग गई. मैं भी लाइक भाई साहब कोई तो छोड़ दो भाई, कोई तो अच्छा टॉपिक पकड़ लो. इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन है हमारा रिसर्च का. देख ले, मैंने देख लिया वो वाला, देख लिया जो तूने कहा था. अभी लगा उसको मैं अभी नहीं लगा सकता सिर्फ बीच में, क्योंकि वरना फिर व्यूज आने रुक जाते हैं. अगर हम तुरंत लगा देते, बीच में लगाते हैं ना तो व्यूज नहीं आते. स्टार्टिंग से जब लगाते तब सही रहता है. लेकिन बहुत प्यारा लग रहा है भाई, थंबनेल का तो आग. यार मेरे दिमाग में वो वाला मीम चल रहा है, अमिताभ बच्चन वाला, वहाँ का भरोसा आग. और मैं सोच रहा हूँ क्या करूँ मैं, चैट जीपीटी कर लो. हम के भाई नहीं कह रही, नहीं रिसर्च में चैट जीपीटी का यूज नहीं करना चाहिए. तभी रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी में तुम्हारा थोड़ा दिमाग चलता है, एनालिटिक राइटिंग स्किल्स तभी आती है तुम्हारे पास. एआई का तो वरना भाई कोई भी यूज करके चेप दे. थंबनेल चलाने के बाद, थंबनेल लगाने के बाद मैं चलाने की कह रहा हूँ भाई. मेरे दिमाग में चलना हो रहा है मेरे दिमाग में ना कि कैसे रिलेशन चला सकते हैं भाई चाइना और इंडिया के.
GE all of a sudden online, understanding how they want to play their defensive side. They've been snowballing these rounds now. It's looking really nice. I'm really enjoying the way that they're playing.
Let's go, निकाला भाई राउंड. मैंने देखा भी नहीं राउंड एक्चुअली में, मैंने लास्ट में हाईलाइट देखी अभी जस्ट.
Javi and Patman crossfiring on B. It's
just थोड़ी ज्यादा खराश हो रही है.
For success towards that A main.
अबे यहाँ पे लिख भी सकते हैं नीचे, मेरे को पता नहीं था लिख रहे हैं लोग नीचे.
Just the Guardian, 2 stingers.
Yeah, tried to force into that last one. Autumn's got on this deep A info line. Crystal.
भाई ये उससे कॉपी पेस्ट कर रहे हैं. वंशिका ने भी चैट जीपीटी से कॉपी पेस्ट कर दिया. बस सोच रहा, मैं समझ गया. चैट जीपीटी से कर रहे हैं भाई पेस्ट. भाई साहब मैं सोच रहा हूँ क्या चल रहा है.
To make sure that these players don't get all that space towards heaven, and Javi just sitting on site, aware in heaven that they can't be pushed up. And now GRQ just gonna try to get one. He might meet Autumn here, but Autumn hears him running around the pick onto GRQ. Man, this is looking so good for GE. This next gun round though, it's gonna be a really big telltale. If all gamers can figure out how to adapt to this.
टॉपिक से अलग ही क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं भाई. नहीं हाँ पता चल रहा है वंशिका, समझ आ रहा है. लंबाओ मैं देख रहा हूँ जो एक क्वेश्चन आया है ना, मैं तुरंत देख के समझ गया चैट जीपीटी से उठाया गया क्वेश्चन है. लाइक जब हम बात करते हैं चैट जीपीटी से तो वो यार 5 मिनट का तो कोई बाइक ही खोलने को तैयार नहीं है अपना. मैं भी नहीं खोल रहा. वास्ते घूमना हो या अब भाई वो वाली का रील चल रही है. मेरा पता क्या मन कर रहा है, ऐसे रेज वेट वाली रील स्टार्ट कर दूं मैं अभी बनानी. कतई हमारे यहाँ पे तो भर देते हैं. फाइनली स्टार्ट हुई फिर कम बैक होगा भाई. जी जीतेगी.
Still, that operator from Autumn going to push all the way up, but these 4 players from All Gamers are falling back. They're trying to crunch onto him. The jump peak.
यार क्वेश्चन लिखने के लिए कह रही है और वो कह रही है बोलने के लिए कह रही है. मेरे दिमाग में कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है, मेरे को टॉपिक ही समझ नहीं आ रहा. क्या पूछूं मैं.
the opening, it's gone. Fangir trying to get into
एक तो जो एचआर था वो भी चला गया भाई, मैं क्या बात करूं?
Give it to him.
लमाओ उसके सहारे में बोल पा रहा था कुछ.
Timing there for all gamers, but Patman says, "Please come into my loving arms. I've got you, bro." Off angle from Crystal is phenomenal. All over that one after a bit of a mess in a similar position, and Patman, he has read this to a T. Easy one onto Fangir. And all gamers stuck up inside of B heaven. Harvey from a nice off angle there takes a chunk out of Shrimp, who has got nothing really left to work with.
क्या बोलूं मैं, सब म्यूट हो गए फिर से.
And
एंड होने का इंतजार करते हैं मीटिंग ना.
Not necessary, but he's here to send a message as he offered his.
वाईफाई क्या फिर से फॉट?
The epitome of confidence, and I think that's the perfect example of it.
He's been
नहीं गया. भाई मैं डर के अभी वाईफाई चला गया मेरा फिर से.
That's what he learned in
मैंने ऊपर एक सजेशन दिया है, रीड दैट एसएप.
Some things happened. I won't get into it.
लबाओ ये बोलूंगा ना मैं कैंसिल हो जाऊंगा इंटर्नशिप से कि एक लौंडा आया है ग्रुप में ऐसा ही लड़कियों की वो भी ऐसी. सबसे पहले तो ये किक करवाएगी वंशिका मेरे को. भाई सब लिख रहे हैं यार क्वेश्चन.
5 rounds is pretty good for your attack side, but you definitely want to try to get that one more. Just the Seekers and the Omen online for all gamers. But Udo, he has that rocket. Autumn, beautiful positioning down mid.
It's a cheeky off angle. And Autumn has seen one of those before back home for sure. Not too worrisome for him. And a little dink from Patman. On to Fangir, who was trying to walk out. A-made here with Bai. They've both been caught by the C's. You can't blame Patman for trying to capitalize, but that's where Fangir will rip the map wide open. It's not really super clear about how AG are going to put the pieces together here, but that is exactly it. Spike passed over to GRQ.
मैंने झूठ बोल दिया.
Over towards A. Seekers coming out as well here. AG very
बच गया. मेरे को लगा मेरा माइक खुला हुआ था, मैंने झूठ बोल दिया. मेरा वो नहीं खुल रहा, मैसेज वाला नहीं खुल रहा. मुझे छोड़ दो, मेरा मैसेज वाला नहीं खुल रहा.
Gonna pick off Shrimp. That's a big pick. 4v3 now, but
वंशिका मत कर प्लीज मत कर भाई. वो लिख रही है झूठ बोल रहा है. मेरे को चैट्स दिख रही है वहाँ पे गूगल मीट पे. वो लिख रही है झूठ बोल रहा है. मत कर.
A really nice crossfire onto site.
Yeah, for sure. I think some great off angles being played there by all gamers, and a great paranoia timing out of elbow gave GE too much to deal with, despite being a little bit disjointed. Very impressive at how quickly they put that round together. That was 2 players caught by a C's in A main. You get a pick on the A side of the map. The rest of the team are in completely different postcodes. But passing that spike over to the Omen, who has the ult available, really helped them streamline and put that together. Similar to Sunset, there really is not too much separating these two teams as we head into the second half.
Yeah, all gamers really good at punishing the second that they get that first pick. It's been really nice to see Patman obviously exuding confidence, maybe a little bit too much in that last round, going for that one.
मेरा चैट जीपीटी क्रैश हो गया. मेरा चैट जीपीटी क्रैश हो गया.
Especially when you know that you have no players around you to support.
Yeah, you live by the
खुला फाइनली खुला. थैंक यू कैरी. माओ यही करना पड़ेगा. अरे नहीं. अरे नहीं, क्वेश्चन भी तो पूछना उससे. अरे नहीं, क्वेश्चन भी पूछना भाई उससे.
I think it makes sense though, because if he doesn't do that one round where he got that 3K, supported Autumn on his fallback, I think it makes a lot of sense. But now, this is going to be where it shows which team has done their homework, which team has done a lot with their preparation, because 6-6 pistol is going to be super important. Global Esports, they've been really successful with their pistols. They lost that second round earlier in this game. And whoever wants to get ahead and just start to snowball for the second half, it's going to be so important.
Yeah, for all gamers, would love to just close out this series that has been pretty strugglesome for them so far. Sunset was not a slam dunk by any stretch of the imagination, and Split is heading in much the same direction. One of the teams that will probably have some pretty good representation across some of the other games here at EWC. Their Crossfire team's pretty good. That's what I've been told a few times.
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever watched a game of Crossfire before, but that's what I heard on the grapevine.
I'm really looking at all gamers here because I hyped them up a little bit too much, I think, the beginning of this matchup. They've won this map every single time they've played it in the qualifiers, and so far the 6-6 scoreline, it's not convincing me. Just showing me that these teams are really neck to neck.
My bad. I'm a slow typer.
I wasn't convinced, but hey,
there wasn't much to be convinced by it.
भाई मैंने तुम्हारे सामने on stream में कह दिया I'm a slow typer. मैं copy paste करे जा रहा हूँ.
Straight up the guts. Fangier, not the player that you want to be seeing on the other side of that one. He's going to join up with GRQ on this B site, and they'll just play retake here. All of All Gamers have very quickly mobilized. They're going to retake B heaven control and make this a little bit easier to digest here if possible. Satchel out. They want to clear middle. G haven't put that spike down. Nice right click from Harvey to start things off. By with the quick entry, but GE are starting to punish some of this flood from AG. Spike hasn't even...
This rope, they're looking to drop with those nades. The flash finally online for Shrimp. Uses it. Drops. Spots. Udo unable to get anything. A Fangier with 3. Kira with a beautiful shot onto Crystal. And all of a sudden, this round has flipped on its head.
Oh, just all it took there from All Gamers, really. Udatan under the rope, needed to at least take one with him and make All Gamers' life a little bit more difficult from that. All coming from the same angle. But Fangier has yet again, in a pistol round, done something illegal. 3K from him, that spam kill onto Harvey. Honestly, just brings tears to your eyes. You're hoping for a third map.
Oh, that was like the last bullet too. He's just spamming, and just the bullet as he's turning away gets the kill.
It's rough. All Gamers will be happy with it, though. Starting off this defensive side in a good position. The first pistol they've been able to glean for themselves in this game so far.
Lots of noise towards this B main here. The orb getting tapped. GRQ taking a nice bit of damage, though.
यार क्या बोलूँ मैं क्या लिखूँ और मैं सामने खुद लिख रहा हूँ भाई मैंने अपना मुंह छुपा दिया क्या कैमरे से
Applying a little bit of pressure to unsettle All Gamers before they go link up with Crystal, who has been chilling with his feet on the coffee table outside of A. Couple of players here.
उसको क्या बोलते हैं जल्दी बताओ उसको क्या बोलते हैं counter. Counter मैं समझ गया.
Max that showstopper as quickly as possible. Wall does get dropped, but Harvey is very much on his own there, and the rest of All Gamers have arrived to the party, and it's a great time so far. GE not really getting too much done until you get a little bit of messiness from Shrimp, but one kill is not really going to trouble All Gamers too much. You're happy with that anti-eco.
Yeah, you just want to make sure that next time for GE on that execute, nobody's just going out alone. That's a little scary for Hobby.
मैंने टॉपिक इतनी जल्दी चेंज करा है ना, साउथ एशिया से लेके गया, साउथ एशिया से यूक्रेन वॉर पे आ गया, यूक्रेन वॉर से मैं इंडिया चाइना पे पाकिस्तान पे आ गया.
I think now I'm looking at all games.
मैंने टॉपिक बहुत जल्दी चेंज कर दिया. तीनों क्वेश्चन टॉपिक से रिलेटेड ही नहीं है. मैंने अलग-अलग क्वेश्चन पूछ दिए.
Have a good idea, good plans going into it. The full gun buy from GE. There are 4 players outside of this A playing really passive, holding. This is what they did.
मैं पानी दी जा रहा हूँ बस बातों को.
Anti-thrifty.
ये यहाँ पे म्यूट बैठी है एक तो वंशी का. बस ऐसे भेजे जा रही है. ऊपर से बस पता नीचे से इसका ऐसा हाथ आ रहा है. जो इमोजी वाला नहीं होता ऑप्शन, बस ऐसे आ रहा है नीचे से.
I really like that GE aren't scared to take the rest of that space. Full sight now, getting that spike down. 4 players still in mid from All Gamers. It's going to take a while for them to come back to it.
Can't really feel for Bai there. I mean, he walks into traffic. The red man was very much present. So, bit of natural selection, unfortunately. As All Gamers organize themselves for a little bit of a flank. Harvey, who was...
मैंने बोल दिया भाई मेरे को काम है जल्दी बता दो.
Earlier on in the round,
बोल दे वंशी का कुछ तो बोल दे.
Reply with a paranoia, but that doesn't really unsettle All Gamers too much. Crystal putting up the wall, zoning with the snake bite. Trailblazer and paranoia will push him back. Patman, they're aware of him in the corner here. They're going to try to push him out. Guiding light and paint shells to follow up. All Gamers are scaling in pretty nicely here, but the rest of GE pushing straight through that dark cover on A main. And Fangier, I couldn't even tell you what he was looking at there, quite honestly. He's going to go down to the spike, and GE anti-bonus converted, but not without some losses.
2 guns down. Not going to be too harsh on them. Still going to be able to full buy for that next round.
ये टॉपिक्स अच्छे हैं एक्चुअली में, पर वही बात रिसर्च करने में ना जान निकल जाएगी.
Trying to understand how they want to play this map. That 4-1 tends to work for them. Maybe we're going to see a little bit more mid control here. Trying to bait out that Sky Util. I just really like the way that All Gamers has been playing well together. The operator online for Fangir as well. He's been doing absolutely phenomenally this whole game. 18 and 11. The first peek, though, going to be towards that B. He's not going to do anything way too aggressive, just holding passively. And for GE, using that Prowler, getting information, but falling back towards that mid.
I mean, this has just been their MO, really. Little bit of pressure in the early round. See if AG do
यार मेरे पे नहीं आया भाई कुछ भी रिएक्शन मेरे टॉपिक पे मेरे क्वेश्चंस पे इतनी जान लगाई है मैंने कोई कुछ नहीं बोल रहा भाई एक दूसरे के कह रहे हैं फाइंड द ऑड वन आउट कर रहे हैं ये मेरे को ऑड वन में गिन दिया इन्होंने इतना बफर क्यों हो रहा है मेरा यार अब वाईटी की दिक्कत है यार मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता एक्चुअली में क्योंकि मेरे को वाईटी पे भी स्ट्रीम नहीं दिखा रहे गलत और देख यहाँ पे अगर देख यहाँ पे दिक्कत देख यहाँ पे भी नहीं है ड्रॉप फ्रेम काइंड ऑफ मैं क्या ही कर सकता हूँ बता यार
that raise room, but beautiful flick onto Autumn, and now these players flooding into sight for All Gamers, ready to get the pick. GRQ getting Udo 10, shutting him down. This execute absolutely decimated. The spike has been dropped. Crystal on the other side of the map getting a pick towards mid. Re-aggressing here, retaking, almost got the pick through the smoke, and Crystal all of a sudden left in a 1v4.
30 seconds. Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, he was the A lurker earlier on, and they wanted to set him up for a bit of a lurk play in the mid-round, but there was no mid-round. AG.
मैं सच बता रहा हूँ एक लड़की है जो समझदार है एक लड़की है जो समझदार है भाई वो वंशिका नहीं है कोई और है भाई साहब वो तो बोल ही नहीं रही नीचे बस मेरी बातों गलत कर रही है
Yeah, I feel like what we've seen from them though is really good orb farming, and Udo one off rocket. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get it on him, try to do some sort of quick play off of that, or at least a pop execute, try to get that round under their belts.
I don't think AG would be either. Be well aware GE will want to be going for those, and this is just one of the best maps to kind of punish that guy. I mean, he's just showing off at this point.
That shot was nasty.
Very something-esque. Is not too surprising given where Fangir comes from.
Oh my god. No high five is crazy. Ah, there it is. Saved.
No high five until the game is done.
This round, though, 2 rifles. The side of GE, their economy is a little bit rough. They will be able to buy next round, though. The op still online for Fangir. He has all of B main, but these players are going super fast towards B.
Yeah. A lot of bandits in tow here. Kira made a bit of a meal of that one, but good thing Fangir is chilling on the B side. B main is dirty, though, I would assume. And so, of course, Fangir will be a little bit concerned about that.
Reposition back to B main. Still so scared of this B heaven. But this might be the read. AG might be able to get this pick here. That's going to be so much information, especially if they see this raise. Udo walking into this crosshair, but the pick, nothing. He gets a nice tag onto Crystal, 29 HP. The execute, they're going in.
Oh, it's a good pick from Autumn. Needed to check that corner. That could have been a bit of a disaster. What a satchel from Udatan. Operator on the ground in towards spawn side, but GE not overcooking this one. They've got a lot of good ults to work with now. Showstopper on Udatan. Crystal could get the pit down if necessary. Out comes the rocket. GRQ, not even sure if he saw him in the corner there. I don't know where that page shells is going, but Bai is under a lot of pressure. And as such, will fall to Udatan, who has just cracked that round open for GE. And look at all of the guns they picked up as a result. This is massive for the attackers.
Yeah, the winning condition for All Gamers there was just Fangir getting that shot off on B main. But also Kira playing so close, a little bit rough.
Not even gonna lie, इससे पहले मैं दूसरे ग्रुप में था उसमें तुरंत टॉपिक डिस्कस हो गए तुरंत वो निकल गया था कि हमें इस टॉपिक पे काम करना है यहाँ पे 10 लोग 10 बातें कर रहे हैं भाई
I mean, that is a calling masterclass from Javi. They are playing a very similar comp themselves, and they know how to play around that B main operator. Something that has been piloted many, many moons ago by Paper X. Patman knows his way around this comp. They know the theory and how to deal with it, and I think that's a perfect example of them just really utilizing all of the strengths of the comp that AG are trying to employ and using it against them there.
And a timeout now coming in from the side of All Gamers. They're obviously going to be upset with that one. Feels a little bit like deja vu from that last map, pausing after getting thrifty.
That's a round that loses you the game.
True.
शादी भाई सारी लौंडियां
They've usually had a good result off
भाई
of these
साहब
timeouts, just knowing what they have to clean up. But GE,
बफर हो रही
the
है यार स्ट्रीम
confidence, I
काइंड ऑफ
love that they're still so confident.
नो
Confident
ड्रॉप
no matter what
फ्रेम
they're doing,
स्टिल
they were
क्या
down,
करूं यार मैं
but it didn't
वाइट
matter.
इज इशू
If I'm all gamers though, I'm not sweating too hard. I feel like their general macro on the defensive side has been working
ये वाली
really
स्ट्रीम
well
नहीं
for them.
पहुंचनी चाहिए
Again, just
लड़कियों
whiffing
तक
a couple shots,
वन
also
जी का
playing a little bit too close. They didn't have time to re-clear that B heaven once they did take it with their thrifty. So it's just an unknown place for them. The rotates just weren't correct. The positioning just wasn't there in time. Now we're going to see a low buy from the side of all gamers.
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. Trying to min-max the money to go a little bit deeper into this game. It's still got plenty of legs in it. GE, great economy.
बहुत बफर हो रहा होता है इधर पे मतलब व्हाट भाई एक्चुअली मिसलेस मैं भी वही देख रहा हूँ वही नोटिस कर रहा हूँ मैं भी अब मैं पता है कुछ टाइम इसलिए निकाल रहा हूँ कि कुछ थोड़ा सा टाइम निकल जाए फिर सीएस की स्ट्रीम जब होगी ना नेक्स्ट मंथ से वॉच पार्टी की तो वो बिल्कुल अच्छे तरीके से होगी क्योंकि मैं अपना वाईफाई कनेक्शन चेंज करवा रहा हूँ जो ये प्रोवाइडर है इसको चेंज कर रहा हूँ मैं
That dog might be able to spot him out, though. Sees him and rubs. Fangir getting the pick onto Patman, and again the punish.
Yeah.
But these players, they're zooming into the safe side, trying to get it.
He is straight up not having a good time, bruv. Crystal gonna put the pit down. They're really trying to dig their heels in. Autumn is cripplingly low from earlier, and that's an operator going down. Showstopper going into the side, GE. This is a pretty big fumble after a massive thrifty in just the round previous. AG take a timeout and respond with one of their own.
Beautiful timeout call. Going all the way back, getting the read as well onto Patman. They've known and they've done their homework to see that his tendencies are to walk up mid. Getting that pick was beautiful. The re-clear shrimp, beautiful with the util as well.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just, it's illegal as someone from Pacific to question Patman because he's just so good. But yeah, some of the rounds this series, there's been some great ones. There's been some not so great ones. And that one was unfortunately more of the latter. One dealt with by Kira, GE. They do have a follow-up buy to this one. Autumn's found GRQ, but Kira able to safeguard ropes for the meantime. Oh my god, Patman has dodged the Trailblazer. That is perfection. Kira's found Harvey in the meanwhile. This is so disjointed from both sides, but Patman, a little bit unhappy with how that last round went, is starting to take this one over. Spike being picked up now by Crystal. As the Prowler hasn't cleared out by, that's not the timing that Patman was looking for, and now we're into a 2-on-2.
Operator with knives online for Fangir if he wants to pop those. Yop and knives. Fight potentially here because Autumn's also set up. A lot of delay. The orb. Making sure that spike gets planted and just holding this right side of heaven. They're going to be able to spot each other out. The timing on these scopes. Not seeing Jet's head. Autumn hearing those knives getting popped. A little bit spooked. Popping his. 2v2.
Oh, the drop down. Punished by Crystal and Pi under too much pressure there. GE able to pick themselves up another round after a little bit of an upset in the round previous. We, you know, had some messiness, has to be said, but good recovery from GE.
You question Patman's timing. Look at that round.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you can't question it. You can't question it because then he does this.
He dodged the dog through the smoke.
You know, could you ever tell him to stop? No. You know, there is no stopping.
I mean, he wins rounds like that. I would never tell him to stop. The op online, though, for Autumn going
finally meeting is over, and you know what? तुम्हारे भाई ने मचा दी तबाही.
Oh, this could not be.
तुम्हारे भाई ने मचा दी तबाही. यार जी हार रही है यार. अच्छा नहीं लग रहा मेरे को यार. जी को जिताओ. आ जाओ. जी को जिताओ भाई. बफर कर रही है स्ट्रीम. बफर करने दो लेकिन तुम जी स्पैम करना मत छोड़ो भाई. जी को जिताओ आज. मैं भी अपना प्लान अपग्रेड करने की सोच रहा हूँ. नेक्स्ट मंथ कौन सा प्लान? कौन सा प्लान लिस्ट? यार लेकिन अभी काम दिया मेरे को ना. पोल डालना है और मेरे फोन में बैटरी भी नहीं है. लाइक लम्बाओ. बैटमैन मचा देता भाई. कर दे बैटमैन कुछ.
Spotting, not going to catch anyone off guard. Nice off angle here from Patman. Now the flank.
Op being swapped over to GRQ. They're going to kick this one
अच्छा
off with the
वो
Baron
हाँ
over,
वो
and
तो कर
Kira
ले
will
वो
almost
तो करना
certainly
पड़ेगा
dive into
एक्चुअली
the
में
site. Harvey can't see a thing.
100 कर लेगा काफी अच्छा
Close
रहेगा
angle. He's been
मैं तो
spotted out.
प्रोवाइडर ही
The
चेंज
Cowboys is
करूँ ये
maybe
बहुत
helping him
बेकार
a little
प्रोवाइडर
bit,
है
but not enough. Patman only able to come away with one, and that is perfection for all gamers. Mana advantage, all the high percentage pieces of utility exactly where you'd want them, and as such, an easy retake. GE, I've got to be sweating now.
They got to figure out how to shut down Fangir, man. He's just been having such a good game, and he's won that op battle now 2 rounds in a row. Able to pick him off.
And a timeout for GE here. Feels like we're going into the dying hours of this series unless they can show some resilience in a very, very back and forth game.
इसके बाद एक दो मैच करेंगे क्योंकि नेक्स्ट मैच के लिए काफी टाइम है
Game against Heretics.
और क्या पता मेरी लाइट ना जाए तो
some good stuff for them. We've talked about how they've been pretty good in China so far. Great kickoff and just missing out there in stage 1.
For me,
to go to another international.
For me, I'm really surprised with their map pool because all gamers, they've kind of had a history of not having the deepest map pool, not the best at rounding out what they can play. But now we've seen their Sunset. We saw their Haven versus Team Heretics, which was one of those maps that we were really questioning a long time ago. And it's just so often now that we've seen their playbooks. They've done a really good job this off time when they did not qualify for Masters London. They managed to do a lot of really good work on their fundamentals, a lot of making sure they're studying and putting in the work.
Actually में यार जी हार रही है यार अच्छा नहीं लग रहा
on these maps and now
आज साउथ एशिया के भी तो मैचेस थे शायद
kind of a weird
ऐसी है मैंने देखा था किसी की स्ट्रीम चल रही थी
मैं
कॉपी क्यों नहीं कर पा रहा इसे भान चैट जीपीटी कॉपी पेस्ट भी नहीं करने दे रहा
Scanned out by the Horn and pushed away by the utility. That's a decent entry on in there for GE with a 1-for-1 onto GRQ. Kira on the same line. Spotted out there. The dark cover going to obscure his vision as Patman gets this spike down. Oh no, it's missed heaven. There is a bit of a gaping gap in the smokes there for GE. It's been thrown a little bit too quickly. Dink onto Fangir. He's lucky to be alive.
Elimination match है क्या actually में? This is also elimination match.
The Trailblazer as he tries to zone them away with the satchels. Still a 4-on-4 here. AG really struggling to break through on this retake until Kira finds an entry. Great reply from Patman. That gives him the Nightfall, and I don't think that AG can complete this retake now. Shrimp's the only player high on HP. That's a decent angle for him to take that peek, but still not good enough. One tap in reply for Patman, and Fangir will get an exit, but that's all he'll have access to. Double digits now for GE.
Fangir unable to get that first pick on B main once again. He struggled with that one angle throughout this game. And GE, they're really using that to their advantage, going really quick. I really want to see them do something similar, maybe on the A side with their gunbuy. Because it feels like every time they're on the Thrifty, they have a lot more confidence, or at least on the weird buy.
कर दिया भाई मैंने
Now going into
जितना मैं
this
सो
next
रहा था
round, I'm going to be interested to see what they change up here for all gamers. Fangir, he's had success in A.
Shit,
He's had
Patman.
success towards mid. He's struggling a little bit just with that B main pick. When he falls back into sight, he manages to do a good job. But then the setup just falls apart. He's staying towards that B. They're worried they're going to do that again. But instead, it's a really fast A split.
Kira opens it up well.
10-10 हो चुका है कमबैक हो सकता है जी कभी भी ना इस टाइम पे
Try to follow up on the fact that they've lost the opening pick, but Shrimp has got Kira covered, healed up in the corner despite the fact that he's
finally टॉपिक मिलेगा लेकिन इंटेंसिव का वो चीज ज्यादा सही है
away with that one. The satchel was definitely making him uncomfortable. GRQ smoked off for the time being. GE forced to slow this one down.
जी को कहीं पे तो कमिट करना ही पड़ेगा ए पे अगर उन्हें अभी कमिट करा ना तो काइंड ऑफ टफ है अभी जी के लिए सिचुएशन ना काफी अच्छी पोजीशन में बैठे हैं भाई लोग They can't even go back. जेट मिड पे देख रहा है अगर वो मिड से मतलब जाएंगे भी तो फिर जेट उनको मार देगा एक या फिर दो पिक तो निकाल लेगा आराम से
So much time wasted here. All gamers doing a good job of baiting.
They're well aware of where GE are. 30 seconds on the clock and you're going to go
I think
around
it's a
the world
GG's.
to beat. 30 seconds. I mean, they were just clearing out the flank, I guess.
अगर
both teams well aware
जेट की एक बार
of each
पोजीशन
other's
देखो
movements here. Shrimps tucked into
फैंग
the back of
नीर
the
की
site. Spy with the jump spot will confirm
बच गया
GRQ is a
पर
little bit of a
मरेगा वो.
messy spray, but the paranoia looks pretty good, and all gamers peeking off the back of that.
One more
Serious
round.
point for them.
नेक्स्ट मैच किसका है यार, मेरे को याद नहीं है नेक्स्ट मैच किसका है.
From all gamers are so
और मेरे को ना
clean.
बताओ
I
एक बार
really
किसकी
like to
स्ट्रीम
see it
करनी चाहिए
off the
नेक्स्ट,
back of
कौन
those
से मैच की.
first initial peaks.
लाइक
I
मैं तुम्हें
really
बताता
like
हूँ
that
किस
they
किस
hear
का
that
मैच है
satchel
नेक्स्ट.
going fast towards A heaven, and immediately the answer, the crossfire, Kira with that rocket. The
यार
setup as
I'm
well,
sad
the
for
shrimp, the
यार
healing
पैट
through
में
the
कल
snake
मेरे
bite,
को
the
उसके
satchel
लिए
just
बुरा
to
लग रहा
delay
था.
a little bit longer. No overextension
क्या
here
नाम
by
है
shrimp as well, enabling him to just delay for so long.
आज ही
Batman
के लिए बहुत
using
बुरा लग रहा है
all
मेरे को
his
ना एक्चुअली में.
utility to try to clear him out
लाइक
from
व्हाट
sight, to
कैन वी
try to
इवन डू.
bait some sort of peek, and it
हमने तो
just
पूरा
didn't
सपोर्ट
work.
करा.
And now all of a sudden this last potential round, low buy,
हाँ
nearby,
जमकिन
force
जमकिन
buy
ये
from
बताओ
Global
तुम्हें
Esports.
G2 का मैच देखना है या फिर नॉन
Shopping their way
नॉन
through
स्ट्रीम
the middle
गेमिंग
of
का
the map to
देखना
meet
है.
up with Crystal.
मेरे को ये
Udokan
बता
is
दो.
one off the showstopper,
मैं तो
but
सोच
he's
रहा हूँ
also
यही
battling
करते
in the
हैं
meantime.
G2
Strong
वर्सेस
snake
शिलाई
bite.
गेमिंग.
Rocket's out now, but he's been plucked from the
ये
air.
देखने में
What a
मजा
shot
आएगा.
from
नॉन
Fangir.
स्ट्रीम तो क्योंकि जीतने
And
वाली
he's
है आज.
hungry for more. Didn't hit that one
यार
onto
जैमकिन
Crystal.
के लिए
He's
बहुत
just
बुरा
sitting
लगा
in the
था मेरे को
snake
एक्चुअली
bite.
में. नथिंग
But
गोइंग ऑन.
we'll choose to meet up with the rest of the boys. All gamers on the brink of closing this one out unless you
वो
get
करने
something
स्टार्ट कर दिया लोगों ने
outrageous
इसको.
from Autumn and Crystal here for Global Esports. He'll coming through from Shrimp. Another warning shot from Fangir.
G2 का मैच
just
ओके.
continuing to tap the spike.
G2
Just
डन. G2 वर्सेस
praying for
शिलाई
a
गेमिंग.
mistake from all gamers, but nothing's being given here.
7:15 पे है वो मैच ना. 7:30 बजे
on
तक
the
ही स्टार्ट
line.
होगा वो.
Dealt
7:30
with
बजे
by
तक मतलब
Fangir.
1 घंटा एक मैच हो
All
सकता है
down to
हमारा.
Crystal in a 1-on-4. He
चलिए
cannot
रिजल्ट
see a
अकाउंट से
thing.
आएगा तो बताइयो.
Needs to pick up the spike here.
पर यार मेरे
It's a
तोमोदाची भी
high-low on
फ्लैट
one
है.
side
वो दिक्कत
and
नहीं.
up on the other side.
जीजीस
And
जीजीस
it looks like he's
जीजीस
walking in
जीजीस.
towards his
कुछ
death.
नहीं हो
All
सकता भाई.
gamers holding the line, chipping down at him. It's a nice double. 25
What?
seconds now. And Kira and Fangi are going to give
shots?
Crystal some respect and some space to work with. If he could get the spike and get the plant down,
भाई क्रिस्टल
then
से
he will
पता है
actually have
क्रिस्टल
a
से
pin.
इसलिए
This is
डरते
a
हैं लोग
very
एक्चुअली
winnable
में.
1-on-4. This could
नॉट
be one of the best ones you've
Ure-
seen in quite some time. I cannot believe that shot hasn't connected from Fangir. Jump spot in from Kira. It's another fake plant. He's just peppering away at him. He has to
थोड़ा
commit to the
डैमेज दे रहा
plant
है.
now, and
हो
Kira
गया.
will go on in,
जीजी.
try to cancel it, and
No
he'll be
time.
successful. It's an anticlimactic end there for all gamers. But
Oh
good
my
enough.
god, GG's for
And
GE.
GE there,
Nice
missing
try,
out on an
GE.
opportunity to go through to that progression match, will be knocked out of EWC.
थोड़ा बफर हुआ होगा आएगा
GE,
स्ट्रीम ना,
yes.
क्योंकि मेरी यहाँ पे स्ट्रीम में
Redeeming a
बफर हुई
lot
है.
of what they have.
Actually
Showing
buffer
up
हुई है.
really well this matchup. They just had that slow start versus MIBR and couldn't get the ball rolling, but this time they really put their all into it. But of course, 2 losses in this format.
वास
and you're
मेरी
out.
स्ट्रीम कैसे चल रही है एक्चुअली
They
में.
do get
जब यहाँ पे नेट ही नहीं
eliminated.
चल रहा मेरा.
Lots of stories around them, lots of interest, especially with the removal.
मेरा खुद
of
का नेट
their
नहीं चल रहा.
coach,
स्ट्रीम
but it
कैसे चल
doesn't
रही है. व्हाट
matter because
रुक रहे, मेरे को
now
चैट नहीं
they
दिखेगी
have a
थोड़ी
lot
देर.
more to
यार
work
को
on.
फोन
For
में
all
देख लेता
gamers
हूँ.
though, a
जी जी अरे ऑलमोस्ट लच था एक्चुअली में.
beautiful ending
ड्रॉप
here.
फ्रेम्स
A
नहीं हो रहे.
beautiful
ओके
start.
थोड़ी दिक्कत हो रही है, थोड़ी दिक्कत हो रही है, बट विल वर्क. इट विल वर्क. इनका मैच चल रहा है क्या अभी भी, या इनका खत्म हो गया. भाई उनका खत्म हो गया ऑलरेडी शायद. या नहीं चल रहा है अभी भी इनका मैच. MIBR का रिज्यूम्स इन. ओके 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 शायद MIBR वाला मैच अभी भी चल रहा है. ऑलमोस्ट लच था. जेट वाला 1 टैप भाई. दबाओ यार, थोड़ा म्यूट कर देते हैं, ज्यादा चल रहा भाई, ज्यादा हो रहा है क्या इनका? यार मेरी ये दिक्कत हो रही है, पता है वाईफाई। अच्छा मैंने बंद कर रखा है, लमाओ। ये देखो
over here on Bravo. Heretics walk away. Game 2,
लमाओ
blowout.
लमाओ
Dominant performance. America's looking a little sloppy in the second half of this tournament, Athena.
Listen, relax.
I'm
The
ethnically
match is
European, by
resumed
the
or
way.
what? I don't know.
So
Maybe.
that's big for us.
Yeah, I like having every
Sheila
fight
gave
available
me.
as well. We're
Was
going to be
G2.
cheering for all of our favorite players and all of our favorite teams. Sorry, she has like 7 different World Cup teams. She's representing Morocco,
Lamau,
Egypt,
let me change the
Canada,
title then.
USA because she lives in Ohio. We're taking a
Let
look
me
at
change the title.
I'm the same. My partner
That
has
was
US
crazy. ये
citizenship,
खुद ही
so
करने
I'm
लग गए
one
भाई।
green card away, and I'm on the bench with you guys. Okay.
Come sit on the fence.
यार अगर मैं कुछ ज्यादा बोल रहा हूँ ना तो प्लीज मेरे को आज
for you
माइंड
guys
मत
and a
करना,
whole lot
क्योंकि
of
मेरा ना
highlights on
आज
the
थोड़ा
other side of this. I
हो
think we're
रखा
going to
है।
take a quick break.
Like
Pilsky, before you go, for anyone
I'm
who's
trying
missed
to
the games, we're
understand
on
what's
YouTube.
going
What do you
with
scrub
me.
back to?
That last series from GU
बहुत
was
ज्यादा ही काम कर
fantastic.
लिया
I
मैंने
probably,
2-3
for
दिन।
me, because I missed it, I'm going to go work and watch that first map from MRBR and Heretics. I thought it was fantastic.
I gotta
ऊपर से
watch it
वाईफाई
more.
की
I
दिक्कत
gotta
हो जाती है ना,
understand
इतना
what
दिमाग
happened to
खराब
my
होता है ना, मैं मैक में
America's
कुछ
team,
चेंज
the
नहीं कर
one
पा
that
रहा।
were predicted to win the whole tournament.
स्ट्रीम में
There's
कुछ चेंज नहीं कर पा रहा
way
भाई
they're
मैं,
losing
लमाओ।
like that.
All right, I didn't hear anything on the other
कैरी
side of the
टाइटल चेंज
headset,
कर
so we're
देगा?
going to go to a break. When we come back, it could be the decider. Will Gentlemates be a
कैरी
third
अगर तेरे को
squad
मेरी
making
आवाज आ
it
रही है
in for
तो
EMEA? Stay tuned and find out.
प्लीज थोड़ी देर के लिए चुप हो जा, थोड़ी देर के लिए। अगर तेरे को कैरी आवाज आ रही है ना स्ट्रीम पे, तो तू टाइटल चेंज कर दे, बस इतना कर दे मेरे लिए। G2 वर्सेस शीलाई गेमिंग लिख दे, शीलाई। XLG लिख दे, XLG वो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा। G2 वर्सेस XLG कर दे बस, और कुछ चेंज नहीं करना टाइटल में, बस वो कर दे, G2 वर्सेस XLG। वो G2 वर्सेस XLG लिख दे बस टाइटल में, और कुछ चेंज नहीं करना। लाइक मैं क्या ही बोलूँ अभी, मेरा जो मैक है ना, मैक में नेटवर्क नहीं चल रहा, मैक में नेटवर्क ही नहीं चल रहा, मैं क्या ही करूँ बताओ। हाय साहब, मेरे को पता चैट भी इसमें देखनी पड़ी है छोटू से फोन में। लमाओ करता हूँ, करते करते कर रही बस। कुछ तो लिखा था, किसी ने डिलीट कर दिया तुरंत चैट। क्रंची रोल की भी ऐड आ रही लमाओ, हमें कॉपीराइट नहीं देंगे। ये नहीं थी, हाँ ये नहीं थी।
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind, and we're here now. The proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage.
तुम लोग अभी मेरे को ये बताओ, अगर एक मैच आना तो बताना, क्योंकि एक मैच शायद खेल सकता हूँ, अभी बहुत टाइम है इनका ना वो होने में। ये 7:30 बजे स्टार्ट होगा इनका मैच, 7:15 तो ऐसे ही लिखते हैं, 7:30 बजे होगा मेरे ख्याल से स्टार्ट। G2 यार चोकोमो क्या मस्त खेलता है ये। nuclear command control and early warning system opportunities and risks yeah nuclear deterrence, transforming global strategy, stability। फर्स्ट वाला तो बहुत बेकार है एक्चुअली में, जो मैंने एरिको अभी पेश करा है। एक्चुअली थर्ड वाला काफी अच्छा है, थर्ड वाला काफी अच्छा है एक्चुअली में, थर्ड वाला बेस्ट है। बाबा बोले जा रहा और चैट ही देख रहा लबाओ। थैंक यू कैरी टाइल चेंज करने के लिए। वॉच पार्टी कैरी वो आगे का हैशटैग वो हैशटैग और वो अकीस लाइव और ईडब्ल्यूसी तो वो भी चेंज हो गया क्या यार? मेरे इसमें मैक में नहीं चल रहा वाईफाई ना, मेरी ही गलती है, माय बैड। दोनों मैं ही कर देता। मैं तो मैंगो शेक यार कैरी नहीं बोलना था यार, मैंगो शेक मेरा मन कर गया यार मैंगो शेक पीने का, मैं क्या करूं? मतलब मेरी कोई फीलिंग्स नहीं है, जस्ट लुकिंग लाइक अ वाओ। वाईफाई बंद करके चला लेता हूँ ना भाई साहब। जोगेमो को देखेंगे आज हम लाइव, लेट्स गो इन आवर फर्स्ट वॉच पार्टी, सेकंड आई मीन क्योंकि डे सेकंड है। इस स्ट्रीम के बाद मैं कुछ खाऊंगा एंड देन मेरे को ना जिम में जाना है। मेरे को लग रहा है जिम में को सैक्रिफाइस करना पड़ेगा आज के लिए आई गेस। वाईफाई नहीं चल रहा मेरा मैक में। कब तक हो रही स्ट्रीम? मैं वॉक करके आता फिर देखूंगा मस्त। 20 अभी 7:15 पे मैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है, 7:15 या 7:30 बजे। 7:15 या फिर 7:30 बजे वो होगा अब स्टार्ट ना मैच। मतलब टाइम है अभी काफी मैच में, मैं तो सोचा हूँ एक आध वो खेल लेता हूँ मैं।
Seriously, like if you look at the record that they had already played against XLG in a couple of global events before. They have beat them without problem.
थैंक यू
Chinese
गैरी
region
चेंज
was
करने के लिए
not
टाइटल।
looking very strong.
फाइनली
Everything
अब अच्छा लग रहा है
pointed
टाइटल।
at that being the easiest path for G2 apparently to
कल
go
वाले
on and
हैशटैग
not to
ही
continue in
रखने
the
क्या? हाँ
climax.
वही
But
अकीस
it
लाइव
is
एंड
EWC.
ईडब्ल्यूसी।
It hasn't been that long, but we have gotten to see different faces from the
G2
teams.
करना था,
Yes,
क्या
they
कर
are
दिया तूने?
coming
जी
on,
कर
but
दिया।
at the end of the day, the first match was all about
रुक।
qualifying and getting onto that big stage.
हाँ
But
G2
here
है
it's
G2 है
about
G2 वर्सेस
survival.
XLG।
So this rematch is happening when the stakes are the highest.
Yeah, and of course,
कोई बात नहीं, it's good it's good it's good। बाकी मेरे को ना मैं ये इंटरमिशन का मेरे को वो करना है इंटरमिशन इसको कहते हैं, ये है वो जो चैट वाला सिस्टम है ना, मेरे को इसमें ये वेबकैम सही करना है। देखना भाई क्या ये वेबकैम मतलब, हाँ ऑफ स्ट्रीम करना पड़ेगा वरना ये पूरा दिख जाएगा। ये क्या पूरे में तार ही तार है यहाँ पे मेरा एसी है और यहाँ पे पूरे में तार ही तार है लगाओ। मेरे को पहले करना था ये काम ना, ये ठीक बट इट्स ओके। वेबकैम इसको ही खींच देते हैं ना कतई,
I think that Nonchi was
इसको ही
just
खींच देते हैं
a force
भाई,
to be
इसको ही खींच
reckoned
देते
with.
हैं, आ
What I
जाओ।
like about G2 is that they always keep it real. Like they're going to be honest and they're going to
इसको ही खींच
always
देते हैं और
admit to
वेबकैम
their
को पीछे कर
mistakes.
देते हैं इस
That is
इमेज
one of
के।
the reasons why they're always
Easy
able to
shit।
bounce back hard
हैं?
without
पर
the
मैं दिख नहीं
performances
रहा
that
यार।
they do it against
मैं दिख नहीं
teams
रहा।
that they thought no much of an
एडिट करके
opponent
काटना
until
पड़ेगा
not
इसको
that
थोड़ा
long ago.
ऐसे, एडिट करके काटना पड़ेगा। हाँ काट दिया और शिफ्ट करके थोड़ा नीचे खींच देते हैं। इजी इजी बोलते भाई, कितना इजी था अपने लिए। वॉच पार्टी है किस डब्ल्यूसी एक्चुअली में अब सही है कैरी टाइटल। मैंने वापस से जी वाला टाइटल कर दिया था। दिख तो रहे थे, अरे नहीं ये साइड में इसको फिट करना पड़ता है ना, फिट कर दिया पूरा मैंने यार थोड़ा सा। अरे हटाना नहीं, मैं क्या करता हूँ भाई, मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आता कभी कभार ना, थोड़ा नीचे करना था भाई। मैंने ज्यादा नहीं खींचते अपने आप को, ज्यादा खींच दिया मैंने अपने आप को लमाओ। अब ठीक है अब ठीक है, लाइक इधर से भी खींच सकता हूँ मैं। हाँ अब काफी सही है, लाइक नाउ इट्स गुड। अभी तो काफी टाइम है यार इनका मैच स्टार्ट होने में, फिर मैं ये बंद कर देता हूँ क्योंकि उनका मैच खत्म हो गया। अब हमें इनका मैच देखना है, शोगेमो का मैच देखेंगे हम। लेट्स गो। लॉल आपकी इंटर्नशिप कितने बजे तक है? कैरी मैं बताता हूँ, जो मेरी पहली इंटर्नशिप है ना वो ये लगा 10 बजे से 12 बजे कभी भी चैट आ जाता है व्हाट्सएप पे कि तुम्हें इतने बजे फील्ड पे आना है। तो फिर मेरे को इंटर्नशिप के लिए बाहर जाना पड़ता है। मैं लोकेशन नहीं बता सकता क्योंकि दिल्ली इतनी बड़ी नहीं है, छोटी सी जगह है दिल्ली। लाइक फिर मैं इंटर्नशिप करने वहाँ पे जाता हूँ। रिसर्च एंड मेथडोलॉजी क्या था यार, मैं खुद भूल गया। मेथडोलॉजी नहीं था, कुछ और टर्म था पीछे, पर मैं उसको यही बोलता हूँ। तो उसके लिए मेरे को जाना पड़ता है फील्ड वर्क के लिए, थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा पेपर वर्क है यार, क्या बताऊँ मैं। फिर उसके बाद मैं घर आता हूँ, उसके बाद मेरी दूसरी इंटर्नशिप स्टार्ट होती है। दोनों, जो पहले वाली है वो पेड लिखा हुआ है, पता नहीं देंगे या फिर नहीं देंगे पैसे, पर जो सेकंड वाली जो ऑनलाइन वाली है ये अनपेड है बिल्कुल, और इसमें जस्ट अभी टॉपिक डिसाइड हुआ है, अब हमें उस पर रिसर्च बना के देनी है, एंड देन हमें सर्टिफिकेट और लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन मिलेगा उसके बाद। वो जो ये दोनों चीज़ें मैं लास्ट में सर्टिफिकेट और लेटर ऑफ वो बोला ना रिकमेंडेशन के, अभी तक इसका मतलब पता नहीं चलेगा क्या, बाद में समझ आएगा थोड़ा, क्योंकि दीज टू आर द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग अगर तुम्हें कहीं पर अप्लाई करना है तो। पर वो जेनरिक नहीं होना चाहिए, जो वो लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन है ना, वो बिल्कुल भी जेनरिक नहीं होना चाहिए। लाइक किसी ने कॉपी पेस्ट करके सबको एक ही लिख दिया, तुम्हारी पर्सनैलिटी के बारे में, तुम्हारे बारे में उसमें कुछ जो तुम्हारा एम्प्लॉयर है या फिर जो इंटर्नशिप का जो जो सर है वो लिखेंगे कुछ अच्छा, तभी वो अच्छा लगेगा थोड़ा। कोई नहीं, मैं तो बस टाइमिंग पूछा था भाई, तो कह रही टाइमिंग देख ले, मैंने भी तो वही बता पाई, कतई सुबह से, और देख ले फिर वो 4 से 5 घंटे लग जाते हैं वहाँ पे, 4 से 5 घंटे लगते हैं वहाँ पे इंटर्नशिप पे, वो फील्ड वाली पे। उसके बाद घर आके फिर इंटर्नशिप, साथ में स्ट्रीम, दो दो इंटर्नशिप्स एंड स्ट्रीम। थोड़ा मैं कर रहा हूँ कि स्ट्रीम पे भी ज़्यादा फोकस करूँ, इसलिए मैंने वॉच पार्टी करनी स्टार्ट कर दी। पता है राइट्स तो मेरे को बाय चांस में लगा है, आई डोंट नो, EWC ने मेरे को राइट्स दे दिए। मैंने एक्चुअली उनके पास बहुत क्रिएटिव वो डाला था, मेल भी डाला था, दैट्स व्हाई दे गिव मी द राइट्स फॉर द वॉच पार्टी। और मैं ई स्पोर्ट्स वैसे भी बहुत ज़्यादा देखता हूँ, वैलोरेंट का और काउंटर स्ट्राइक का, और मैं सोच रहा था पहले से कि वॉच पार्टी मेरे को करनी है, पर वैलोरेंट की तरफ से मेरे को राइट्स नहीं मिलते थे, इसलिए मैंने सोचा कि मैं बात करता हूँ एक बार ना इनसे, EWC वालों से बात करता हूँ, क्या पता मिल जाए। मेन तो मेरे को पता है उसका करना है, क्या नाम है, साउथ एशियन वाले का करना भाई मेरे को, जिसमें इंडिया की भी टीम्स खेलती है, SAT वाली भी है जिसमें, पर उसका मेरे को राइट शायद नहीं मिल पाएंगे क्योंकि वैलोरेंट का है वो पूरा का पूरा ना। नॉटबिन का होता तो नॉटबिन से शायद राइट्स मिल जाते। इनका जब तक मैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है ना, मैं 2 मिनट में आया, एक बार मेरे को 2 मिनट देना होगा इस बस। मैं कुछ मैंगो शेक या फिर कुछ बनवा के लाया दीदी से। थैंक यू कह रही है, कंग्रेचुलेशन फॉर 2.11 के, जल्दी वो भी आने वाली है, जल्दी से जल्दी। अगर तुम्हें अभी भी वो डालने हैं ना, कमेंट्स डालने, तो डाल दो Q&A वाले वो कम्युनिटी पोस्ट पे, क्योंकि मैं कल या फिर परसों से बनाने लग जाऊंगा वीडियो, तो अभी डाल दो क्वेश्चंस, उसके बाद कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं लिए जाएंगे। ओके फिर मैं कह रही 2 मिनट में आया बस ना, एक बार फेस कैम बंद कर दूं, कहाँ है मेरा फेस कैम, चाहिए बहुत, आया 2 मिनट में।
Another team that does not include the Viper on their lineup here for Lotus. It wouldn't be the first time that XLG surprises with something, but obviously, as Big Time was saying, after not having the triple sentinel, it did not look good, and it looks like this one is only going to be harder.
We kick things off with Lotus. We'll go to Breeze, then Fracture if a decider is needed. G2 and XLG playing for their esports World Cup Valorant lives. Only one will move on to the decider match tomorrow. Let's get into it with a picture of a man. It's Mitchman and Tom.
A picture of a man the people at home can't see, but it was a picture of a goddamn angel. Welcome, folks. G2 versus XLG. This is a rematch from going back to the last international event, and let me tell you,
I'm back. Match start to what?
Against XLG every time.
वास
It was a different story. Now back
वास मैच स्टार्ट हो गया यार G2 का भी, मेरे को लगा अभी टाइम है G2 का मैच स्टार्ट होने में। लाइक EWC की टाइमिंग्स क्या है यार, कल तो बहुत लेट मैच स्टार्ट हुआ था, शायद जो टीम्स पहले आ जाती है उनका मैच जल्दी स्टार्ट हो जाता है।
tucked into the corner and he even slips away. Big early advantage for G2 now.
वेलिन बचा है, वेलिन मार देगा नाजुन बेबी पे।
Another dropped. No man gone.
अरे मेरे को वो डालना था ना,
might be an additional snake in the grass, but he's going to give away his position. Raga has managed to go in from behind. It's almost like a retake onto the defenders, but instead they will win both fights anyway. A pistol round for G2. And I don't know, if that's going to be how the rest of the game goes, this is going to be an explosive one.
Yeah, oh, without a doubt. The immediate response from G2 there, the second that wall goes up on B. those players are swinging through the door. They've got a smoke to block off the rest of the squad, and it's just a shame that the spike is the one isolated. Obviously, you don't want to see it going in first a lot of the time, or it'll be isolated behind the wall. But a great response from G2 and good protocols on display early on. That's what we expect to see from this team. Even though XLG won last time, it's hard for me to come into this thinking of them as the favorites in this matchup.
यार अभी भी चैट दिख रही मैं पोल डालता
years of G2 being a squad that always challenges for titles.
टाइटल तो चेंज कर दे कैरी ने कर तो दिया शायद टाइटल चेंज
outside of their region hasn't yet been possible, but yeah, I'd still put them on that pedestal. I think especially going into this first map, it was a map where XLG tried to almost define the meta itself running their triple senti. I think people figured it out and they lost quite handedly 4 times in a row. And now they're trying to reinvent the wheel. And I like the fact that G2 are not shying away from this matchup at all. This has been an incredibly strong map for them. Both regionally and versus XLG as well. So I think both squads will be coming in with a map that they feel confident on. A little bit of additional damage in a round where expectations are pretty much zero. Well, for a moment, I thought Lysol might just give them.
Yeah, no, it's good, I guess.
A lead in this round.
अब हो गया शायद change title.
Certainly had the chance, but a few shots not landing was the difference. Players on the B site ready to crunch up behind as pressures put on to Jogamo. XLG look to run it down, but being picked apart and damage will remain at just one.
Actually में अगर 2 बंदों को और मार देते ना वो तो थोड़ा अच्छा राउंड हो जाता XLG के लिए.
It definitely looked like they were going to pay a bit of a heavier price for that round.
Yeah, for sure. I think that ultimately they come out with it clean enough. And now we look towards XLG on this map. As I said, they're trying to find a new footing in terms of what they actually want to be playing on Lotus, moving away from that triple sentinel comp, even moving away from what I believe they were running last time as well, now bringing in a
5G
and trying to figure out what works for them. And sure, that means that for G2, reading what they're actually going to be doing might be a little bit more difficult, but I think it also kind of shows where XLG are. If you're having to change game to game what you run on a map, I think there might be a few problems there. And they also did lose 13-1 last time. So you kind of understand why they changed things.
That starts to add up. For XLG,
मेरे को लग नहीं रहा है ये कमिट करेंगे या नहीं अब कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वाइज ने वॉल डाल दी बी पे.
Contained any aggression that might have been there from G2's. The idea early is now they contact.
इस बार इनको पता है लेकिन.
Crossing leaf gives the.
हाँ G2 का वो है bonus round है. Nice.
The Viper Wall gives them that extra space to fight with. 3-man swing. Good trades early, considering it's a lower buy for G2. Normally you want the defense to not be trading 1-for-1. Harder to defend the map that stays the same size while you're forced to shrink. But in a round like this, that's just fine. Normally you're going to need a hero to step up to the plate. Man like Baby Bait. Last time they played up against this man, he was on the Vice and he delivered an incredible performance. I think he was 19-9 by the time they left this map. A big reason that G2 were able to take it in the first place. Losing the next two, which have been removed from the pool this time.
Happy wait. Timing almost gets the better of him, but he's able to hold the ground for now. Of course, this is the bonus for G2. Getting anything done here would be, wow, paramount for a great early start, and they're already in a pretty good position here. Noman tagged low, Baby Bay with another, and everything seems to just fall apart for that attacking side. And with a bonus victory, and I'll be honest with you, it wasn't even the best bonus. There was like a stinger in the mix. There was quite a few vulnerabilities. I believe only like one like primary rifle and a bulldog.
Yep.
And they managed to come out with 3 players alive, upgrade all of those guns, and win the round. Like, I think G2 are going to be in incredibly happy with that.
Well, yeah, I think they just set a trap nicely towards main.
Thanks for subscribing,
really expected. You see the Viper Wall that's in position. It's a normal Viper Wall. It's nothing special. It's nothing unique. But in this instance, having 2 players in the smoke ready to pounce out, one on the door who was
जीतेगा क्या G2 या G हार गया.
2 players who step through that.
Relevant G हार गया 2-0 से. काफी बुरा लगा मेरे को ना.
That's a big blow early on. Losing that rifle round.
G2 इसमें G2 जीतेगा. इस वाले मैच में तो G2 जीतेगा, कोई नहीं रोक सकता. लेकिन पता है XLG का पता है बस एक बंदा है जिसके लिए मेरे को डर लग रहा है, जिसकी वजह से हार सकते हैं. वो रारगा है. रारगा तगड़ा मारता है.
for G2. They're going to have a lot of safety nets to fall back on. Even if they lose a couple of rounds, they'll be getting those rifles in hand. And from what we've seen so far, the protocols have been enough to secure rounds. This is a bit aggressive. Up against the Nico. Swing on the door is one thing. I don't expect to see him walking through, but that nade is absolutely perfect. You love to see it.
Oh, it was a 1-11 attack side half versus mates, and the start so far hasn't looked
Rarga अच्छा खेलता, बहुत अच्छा खेलता भाई Rarga.
Also not checked, and although Rarga might have a bit of an unorthodox position, is it going to be checked? Really?
Rarga और Happy Way.
I don't know if there was some sound.
Rarga और Happy Way बहुत गंदा मारते हैं ये, इसलिए पर G2 काफी ज़्यादा powerful team है.
I didn't expect them to check that, so fair enough. You said they need maybe to do some damage in this round. They have not.
Yeah, I really thought that would be. I was right there with you. Like, oh, okay, fantastic position. Almost impossible to lose it from there.
By the way, thanks for subscribing, Real Wayne.
The almost impossible.
I really appreciate it.
If he checks it, you're in trouble. A flawless round.
Flawless
round. I didn't expect this to be what G2 got for XLG now.
Now they can buy, I guess.
Prospect.
Yeah, now they can buy.
There's not going to be much reinvested. I don't think anyone's even hitting 1K.
It's G2's choice.
Well, 6K is a pretty average figure to see on that defensive side. A timeout
G2 will win this map, not even one line.
Already at the point where you've got to put rounds up on the board in this buy round.
Yeah, for sure. This isn't like the comp of old where they had a triple centi defensive comp where you could go, okay, if we get like 4 or 5 rounds, we're in an amazing spot to go into the defense. This time, with a double dive, you are going to need to pick up some rounds on the attack, and for G2, they've not been tested yet. They lose 2 players in a bonus round. They flawlessly win the buy round. And they are looking incredibly comfortable. And that's a good sign for a team that we have very high expectations of. Of course, going into that top 8 over in London, you kind of do see it sometimes.
Another meeting, यार मैं क्या करूँ? मैं थोड़ी देर stream करने का सोचता हूँ, एक और meeting का वो आ गया link.
You're unable to really get started. It was a disappointing event,
I searched for AWC and your stream came up.
Tasting defeat early in this one, and the potential of another 0-2 exit on the international stage. That would be unheard of for G2.
I think my channel is on the search list, I guess.
They'd need to do double over them in back-to-back events, and I guess this time
Shogun was playing good.
G2 have come in.
Valen is playing good. Baby Base,
especially when you became a viral Valorant meme.
Well, I think when you look back at that event, it was Ascent and Split that G2 lost, and it was Ascent and
Let's
Split
hope for the
G2
equal
banned
fight in this round.
Not really
Both
too
of the
much of a
team have
surprise
guns.
that they don't want to go back to that, because especially Ascent was dominant from XLG. It was almost as quick as the game you saw earlier on today.
But their economy is so good right now. G2's economy.
G2, this was the map that they won last time around. They won at 13-7. They said a lot of that was players like
early damage to Rarga.
I believe Leaf
baited the wall.
Extremely good performances.
They're gonna hit A again and again. That's not good.
Finding a lot of space, making it very uncomfortable for G2 to play. But I don't think he was able to have that same impact on the Cypher on this map. And the Omen, not expecting.
They are playing on retake. G2 is playing on retake. They are actually.
Space taken, but it looked like the defenders were
so
already
good.
setting themselves up. More of a retake. Showstopper activated. Baby Bay found one and through goes Jorgama, but the trades come in thick
Feeling
and
bad
fast.
for Rarga.
Evening things up for the moment.
A shot.
The split is called. A nice double, leaving Valen alone.
That was some nice shots
on the
last
right side of the map. He was a little bit late to the party, maybe expecting them to go back in the other direction.
It will be hard to break that economy actually.
A little bit of delay thrown
because
in,
Valen can still do a clutch.
Weapon, so they do have to be careful.
Nice try, nice try. Actually, Lysol is the real threat right now. I thought Rarga was a threat, but no, Lysol is.
Like we said, they called the timeout
right
before they're
in this
putting
map.
all their credits into this one. G2 sky high when it comes to credit economy. Indeed, even throwing in some ultimates, especially that showstopper, which found success. But it's a great position from Lysor, something we tried, or XLG tried to have earlier on with Rarga, but he was sniffed out. This time, amidst the chaos, they're able to strike from the sidelines. And the 4-1 scoreline, the first round for XLG put on the board, and G2 call a timeout. Keep in mind, they had a timeout in the previous round to discuss things.
I have to
say,
attend another meeting
I don't think
on
we
Zoom.
see that very often at all, especially not this early in the game.
What can I
going
even
into round
do?
number 6.
No, not in a map where I think it's
I can't even enjoy watching esports.
You're looking at a team that, again, regionally has been
By the
very
way, where
good.
are you
Even
from,
on the
real big?
international stage has been pretty good and has beaten XLG. And XLG, who are currently on a 4-loss streak, the last 2 being a 13-1 defeat and a 13-3 defeat. So clearly there was something maybe within the comms that was heard by the coach and just went, actually, I want to stem that now. I want to make sure that this does end up being a dominant half. But yeah, definitely a little bit surprising to see after a singular round was lost that they're going to take a pause. But hey, I trust the coaching staff of G2 that was a necessary one.
Yeah, I mean, they saw some reason for the alarm bells to start ringing. Now round 6, 2 timeouts out of the way already.
I can't do anything. No.
Still in that early stages, around the mid part of the half. XLG playing
finally
a very
they're
aggressive early
going
round,
C
sort of
after hitting 3 times
play,
A, 4 times
a
A.
lot of noise
I
on
mean,
C. It seems like they're even going to go in. Yes, fully taking the side here. Rarga's
nice.
committed. With the paranoia gone through.
Nice shot.
The rest of the
Bro,
squad
what was that
Jogamo
shot?
finding the lurk towards B, now cuts off one head of the Hydra.
Chogmo ka shot dekha?
It's only really the players on site left to worry about. And no man, he has to go back now.
Yeah, Nightfall's in play. Just got picked up
That
by
was
Leo
crazy.
from the plant. May just be using it for when they actually get towards the site. Instead, though,
good ult for retake.
Removed, and in fact, all of the players
They all are going
the
main.
There's the Nightfall.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Just going to try and get them back in and maybe find them off the spam.
That's some crazy retake.
A lot of the players on the other side, but even still.
But can they retake it?
It's halved already. Jogamo is just sticking it.
Can they retake it?
It doesn't matter how the fights go. He's just going to defuse. Valen does clean up everybody else in the end.
Actually, that's what I was thinking. That
I'll be honest, they get barely
why XLG is going out for the retake? Like they can fight with the pistols.
Take a look at the position
they can't even trade.
From. He's up on top of the wall, way outside of what you normally consider.
They're not even able to trade each other.
Head height, you're not spamming it where his head is because the wall gives him a boost. Normally it will be the corner because the main problem with it isn't what I just mentioned. That's an annoyance. The main problem is you have to swing so deep to get an angle on that. G2 had 4 players or 3 players standing there taking a brawl, and you had to swing through their sight line.
He just said Chichu. He just said Chichu.
Okay, immediate showstopper.
He's not even in the match. He just said Chichu.
To pad the gap. Valen has already managed to do well, but they are still standing their ground, even with showstopper activated. But maybe it was just a bait. Noman doing better with the rifle.
Using Epsilon.
Just left on 22 HP. Has to try to make a surprise play up the top in the smoke, not even on the usual side of it. But getting out of here, you're rolling the dice, and okay, well, he's managed to slip into the corner at least.
They're not even watching what?
He could get a kill, but instead he's looking towards
what?
Swings out wide, gets caught.
Lamau.
Leaving one man
nice.
to do it all. The one who was the snake in the grass, who caused so many problems.
1v2
on the maps.
Actually, happy we can do this.
He'll be left alone with 35 HP.
But Jogmo, is it not again? Can say.
Not giving him that headshot
because happy we is alive.
We've seen it many a time.
But it's an easy round, 1v2.
Steal a round away from that position. I'm expecting maybe the operator.
But no, it was a good TP because he know the position of both players. They both were like on the top.
6-1.
So he can TP easily there.
Purchases for XLG, but when you use a showstopper and Bladestorm and use both of them off
but
the
solo he can do anything. But I thought he can do because he's also a good player.
It's seeming like this attack side is a massive problem for them on this map.
Everything is possible in Valorant and CS2. Actually, I've seen that a lot.
From XLG, and like we said last
time like that magic clutch.
On comfort for them, they decided to come back here again
against the
they
Falcons.
Lost a single round and said, "Oh, we've given them too much. We're giving them too much ground." A timeout called.
He could have TP'd Heaven.
Right back to winning ways.
Bro, there were 2 people on the Heaven.
They had their own timeout. They won the round. They started.
Why will they TP on both of them?
Now they've been fed a dish they don't quite like. 2 in a row for G2.
There's a cooldown for taking out the gun.
But there is still a chance. If XLG
after TPing as a Omen
get into their buy round and still connect the rest, hey, 7-5's workable.
Yeah, but look at the buy. It's a singular rifle with no shields.
No man, what?
Stinger, but that's already gone. Baby Bay.
That was a nice flash.
Up any of the ground. They've thrown utility down to deny and maybe bait the idea that they were still pressuring into B, but
actually after he can TP, but
Leaf already spotting. Actually going to utilize
he have to
Viper's
think
pit
quick.
here. In all honesty, it wouldn't be too bad to bait that out, but I guess they're looking at the other ultimates that will be coming up soon for G2. And
He was low
quite happy
XP,
to
so it was
throw
hard
this ult
actually.
in to just confirm at least a victory in this half.
Still, they got money by planting the spike. That's the main thing. Economy should be good.
In a different direction.
Like, see, Rarga have the buy, and everyone else is on classic.
But a flash from Trent looks to do the same. A lot of them were caught.
Like, see, Rarga is playing.
Long enough, vision returns, and the shots start to land. Leaf on the flank around.
Okay.
Oh, he's left on 10 HP.
Chogmo.
Should be the end of Leaf, and it will be off now to try.
Nice shot.
Oh,
nice one.
A second nade now to work with, and he spotted the final.
He's low.
A single shot from this operation.
Pro if Rarga. Damn. That's why I love Chogmo. Not even gonna lie. That's why he's the GOAT. I'm not even gonna lie.
They just can't seem to put a foot wrong.
Bro, Chogmo is the guy, bro.
Last couple of seconds of that round, the nade catching one.
Sasakal Lamau, that was crazy actually. Not even gonna lie. That was crazy.
And then just a wonderful final shot through the wall, utilizing his boom bot just to get every
Now XLG is thinking like, what can we even do? How to counter Chogmo?
Not a particularly good round from G2 in general. Players caught out. I think that flash getting a lot more value onto Baby Bay than maybe should have done. But hey, if Jorgamo's up the top 10-2, able to win a 1v3.
Actually, let's wait for XLG's defense.
With an op from that upper position
really have,
on B.
yeah.
And I won't lie, it's starting to annoy me a little bit that people keep peeking.
What?
I can forgive the last player.
What's going on here? Oh.
Well, he didn't even peek. He wasn't even seen. It was the wall in the way. Wasn't quite enough to protect him. The concrete armor not eating the shot. 7-1.
Bro, I'm attending an internship with my streaming like Labao.
The B aggression. But XLG
Double
waiting
thing
for
at the
it.
same
It wasn't
time.
B in
I
particular.
also
They're
have
waiting
to
across the map.
just
This was a
listen
very
what's going
slow
on
default from this
in the
attacking
meeting
side.
too.
And waiting for G2 to get impatient has clearly paid off. Now Leaf is pretty isolated.
Nice.
Zorb will let him get out of there though.
Yeah, Leaf normally fairly safe pair of hands, which does hold a lot of value, especially on this C site. But how much value can he get? And now has some support, but players have already managed to cross into the site, and I think they realize that, okay, if we're not able to get
G2 is just gonna do,
maneuver in,
you know, retake again.
Smarter just to try and play this as a group.
Because see, they're not lurking. They're not lurking. They don't even have a lurker.
To point the spear in the right direction, and here they come. Enemy at the gates. There's the flash.
Nice
Second
trade.
one fires in.
G2.
Another's found by
Nice
Trent.
shot.
Rarga snuffed out early on, and the trades keep on going. But now it's Leaf left alone, and the ult is going to rob him of his weapon. At least finds one before. Only no man left. But with a classic in hand, it's not a
Now we know his
favorable fight.
posy.
He's biding time, waiting for his rifle to come back, and now here it is. No man with the shot.
Nice try, nice try, tried.
A much needed round.
Nice try, nice try. Welcome back,
for
Beast.
this squad secured.
Yeah, it still got incredibly dangerous.
That was
I was looking at the
the
Seekers going in, I was like,
other
okay,
one
now
is
how much
very-
value
so I'm
in a
gonna
4v5
just-
can that really get?
Just
Well,
wait. Okay,
it
Beast.
did help them negate some of those closer angles.
Actually, that was
Still a
anti.
very costly round, and for XLG, this has to be the building blocks of something else. But with a purchase,
Actually, this round was so important for XLG. Like, just see their economy right now.
But Noman is
Equal
only one
economies.
away from having his own showstopper online. They've at least managed to get more rounds than they did versus
Like
mates.
somehow,
But
that economy was
as
in
I said,
minus.
I need to see a lot more before I can believe.
Oh, big execute from G2. It seemed like they threw
It's okay,
a
Beast,
wave
it's
of
okay.
utility and then the showstopper, hoping that they'd all be fleeing and they could catch the pack. But that's
Nah,
not the case.
that
The showstopper was
wasn't-
too shallow, looking for players hiding in the corners.
That was a
XLG
waste
have
of
given up
us.
all that space.
Could be a comeback
Instead,
right
running
here,
towards
actually,
the C
can
site.
be.
But that's kind of the plan for G2. They want this to be the case. There's lots of utility waiting here. Will at least delay them on the way
Hello,
through,
Dax,
but I
welcome
think
back.
that from the
Ram
shadows
Ram.
has changed the mind of this defense, and a C's thrown in to try to keep players close so no man can find them with the showstopper.
Another
Instead,
result got
they ran
wasted.
away and
What?
the other side.
Oh, and they've lost their weaponry as well. The showstopper
Damn.
already gone. The spike
That
yet
was
to be
that
planted.
was a good shot.
The two players from Waterfall have done great work in giving G2 a massive advantage, and there's not really anything to fight back in with. All XLG can go for is aggression. A flash round the corner, it forces no man to look away.
Okay,
And now
Dax,
more
Sada.
isolated fights. It's down to Lysor again. He's been good so far, but a 1v4 would have
Bro,
to
actually,
be
they
the
are
best player
dying
of the map
from.
so far. And while it's only
Bro,
going for
actually,
one
they are
trade,
they are just
8-2,
dying
another
from
singular
specters
round for
in long
XLG,
range.
and while G2
I gotta
are completely running away with
touch
this.
some does ASAP. तो तू अकेले चले जा वक्त पे थोड़ी देर.
Oh yeah, I mean this
Actually, man.
pace from G2 is
वो और अच्छा
ridiculous.
लगेगा
They
थोड़ी
give
देर
up
टहल के
around
आता आराम से.
immediately there with a response.
Don't know what to do.
For XLG, they're looking declawed at the moment. Yes, they can find one here or there, but even in those 3v1s against an up in top B,
cam off करके.
it's G2 who seem to have the plot armor.
Otherwise, I will become
This was always a solid
well holy again.
goes deeper than that.
Bro, right
Individually
from
right
a
now,
mid
they are
range
on
guns
fire. We saw
and
from the
Lamau
pistol
for
round the
real
ideas that they
actually.
have, it's making XLG
XLG
never really
is
be able
broke
to set up
again.
to play their game.
They are again
Yeah,
broke.
I'd also say though, if this continues in this sort of fashion,
What to say? It is
I
a
don't
10-2
know how
or a
weak
9-3.
XLG's map pool is
I think
elsewhere,
it's a
like we haven't
10-2.
seen them play Sunset, but if you
Bro, Leaf is playing so cheap. He just bought an outlaw. Lamau, he just bought an outlaw. Because he knew it's their, you know, save round.
For this squad.
It's Sadeko.
And they've managed to find A. They managed to get in. G2 don't have massive retake ultimates at least this time. There's no showstopper.
They are giving
no
them some time
in the previous. Even the Seekers, the
for planting this fight.
It's a tougher retake.
G2 is gonna retake again. Okay.
Pistols. Even the dogs should be enough to just point.
Lamau leave.
Okay. There's one for Raga. He's still alive. It fades and he finds a bit more. Now I'm getting a little bit nervous for G2, but that's a good
Leaf,
thing.
we're not even gonna lie.
They're reaching out in the darkness and finding at least a spark. But they need to fan those flames. Mysore does well with one time, taking down the just fall as well. How is this the round?
G2 just threw this round, not even gonna lie. XLG is just like my wallet, bro. Low on money, same. Same real man.
XLG stand tall.
That's me right now.
We need to re-nerf the bandit.
You mean take it? Take, bro.
Great work from Raga. It's definitely been having a quieter game so far. But if he can pull a round or two out of the bag,
he means he's broke. I'm also broke right now. That's why I'm doing some internships and shit. Wait, I also have to listen to them. Like, what are they even talking about? I don't even know.
An 8-4 half. Some of the weaponry on the other side a little bit lower that are favored in terms of the ultimates as well. Bladestorm online and we've also got Nightfall, good position, but it's one of the
like I will just watch their
that weapon is actually a little bit stronger.
Meeting recording after this. I can understand that.
Guns, and now he's
nothing.
got an upgrade, and Raga is just trying
they
to
have
hunt them
ulted
down
actually.
Spawn.
After his bandit performance,
Raga, I want to see Raga. What Raga is going to do now? Because he's not playing with his potential. Whoa! That's his potential. That's his real potential. He's just like Jogma, not even gonna lie.
Even 4 rounds, it seemed way too far away. But finally, they have pieced this together.
Not even gonna lie, claps for them.
Look, it's still not
that's why I have said Raga can do something. Good knives, bro. Actually, that was some good knife. Best jet ult I have ever seen. Not even gonna lie. Raga मारने लगा भाई actually मैं. He cooked them with knives for real. यार ये बहुत तेज बताता मेरे कानों में.
I think regionally over in China he is a beast. And then you go into
actually he's a beast in China.
International games, you go, okay, where's that guy gone? Like, oh, what's happened to him? So to see him step up massively in that final round, it's a glimmer of hope. But
Lysor and Raga is doing.
The last time these two teams played, well, G2 were more dominant on the attack side. So it really is still
actually
needing a pistol, needing
now let's see what they're gonna do in their attack.
Not always.
Will Jogma do the same?
You say they're more dominant on the attack side. Is that you're talking about the last matchup they had?
Like, see how clean he's with the knives. Like, what?
Right now. That's a very different game.
That's skill issue, mate.
Playing on the defense side, and it's
I have
still
knife.
working. But that
my knife disappeared as soon as
I
pull them out.
If it wasn't working so well,
that's a skill issue, mate.
A more aggressive defensive side. And I
no, actually, mate. Last time not even gonna lie, you played well with the knives. When I saw you with the knives, actually, you played actually nice with the knife.
No, I want
You
to see
kill
them
like
try
2-3
something a
people,
little
I
bit
guess.
different and try and get in the face of
That's
their
like
opponents. The
telling a
problem is,
blind
I also
person
do
you
think that
can see.
G2 are very good team at
Mate.
soaking up a lot of pressure. Like, I think that you have to
Last time you
temper
were good with the
expectations,
knives, not
but
even
I
gonna lie.
definitely think it's a good sign that we're seeing some of the individuals, some of the players that can
He's showing
get
me
you
something.
excited on this side, because it doesn't necessarily
Gender
matter if they lose
residence
this first
education
map.
age.
We've seen that in the series that they won. We know that going into Breeze, it's a very, very
What is
strong
this?
map, but with the way
What
the
are they
first
even
few
talking
rounds went,
about?
I was like, oh, they might just get domed out of the series if they continue to get bodied in the manner in which they were.
Was?
Instead, a pistol
A
round,
doctor is...
and we could be seeing them within 2 of their
What?
opponents, which I think if we look back to how
मेरे को
the
नहीं
first
पता मैं
8
stream पे बोल
rounds
सकता
went,
हूँ नहीं चीज़
that seemed pretty
Lama.
unlikely.
It seemed impossible. Those 2 rounds at the end, they've given XLG much nicer flair. But that last half, one that they would rather forget. Luckily, there's another to play, and G2 now on the attack side will see a little bit of aggression come their way. It's a 3-man.
Let's see. This is the most important round.
The one to spot it, but
Rarga, let's go.
finding some damage early. That's another opening for him.
He loves the bandit.
ऐसा क्या होगा
The
बाद में
last
बताऊंगा,
2
बाद
evidently
में
carried through to
Okay,
this
अभी,
round.
बाद में.
There is
That's why I love Rarga.
space
How he plays.
towards the C side of the map. Obviously, they've got the vice wall
He's with a bandit.
blocking.
Leaf is with a
Aggressive
bandit.
position still from No Man as well. But Happyway's got to be careful. If they can get through this one together, they've got an opportunity. And they're just waiting.
They actually know he was there. Not even gonna lie. They actually know. Happy he was there.
Some ground being held onto, at least for the moment, by Valen. And Clear hasn't come through on.
Why are they holding now? I don't know.
To try and backstab.
He was a couple steps too far.
That's
away
what
for
they
that
really
robot
do.
Around the corner, opening for Jogamo. He's got another nade thrown at the floor just
Like,
to
see?
add some extra cost to this. But Leaf, in the meanwhile, here's
They
that
play like
rotation.
this.
Leo, no more. And
What?
he's whipped.
What? No man is to...
It's there in the end with No Man down. It could have been a 2v2.
Bros,
XLG,
what?
but instead, Lysor's got to do it all. He's been impressive. He's had big rounds, but this is not to be. And the dream of being within 2, gonna have to wait a while.
Like, no man was standing like...
You were like, he's whiffing. Leaf took 0 damage.
He's done. I'm
So
done.
if he
I'm
was
done
whiffing,
for
I don't know
today.
what was happening
Like,
on the other
he was
side.
not even shooting.
That is
Where was he
incredibly
shooting?
rough,
He
but
didn't even
hey,
hit him with a
We don't have our
one bullet.
EMEA observer team. Or
Yeah.
not
I want to
observer team,
see
but
that
replay
fight.
ops,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that would be slow motion.
Leaf
45, so
versus-
we'd miss the whole next round. Just to
Like,
watch it
see?
5 more times.
Zero damage.
At
least
Zero
it wasn't
damage.
slow.
But yeah,
Hella.
great round from
Hella.
Leaf. And you could see the timing of it as well.
It's
The second they take
accurate.
that space, he
मैं
avoids the
वही
boom
देख
bot and
रहा
he
हूँ
knows
काफी
now,
टाइम से
okay,
मैंने
this is
अच्छी
my
चल रही है
moment to
क्योंकि बफ
strike.
कर दी वो बीस
Incredibly good
बफ कर दी वो
on those lurk plays. And well, we
Actually,
said
I
the
don't know what they're
pistol
doing.
round gives them some hope. That hope.
हेलो
leads to
दिव्यांश
me
क्या
that
हाल
maybe
चाल
there's
राम राम
believers out there. I know there are more positive people on this planet than me, surprisingly. For me,
he lagged
I
IRL for
don't
real
see this turning around.
I think
It's
his
gonna
mind
take a
got
lot from
lagged.
XLG to change my
मैं
mind.
दिव्यांश से बोल रही हूँ I know इसलिए मैंने बोला
Thinking back to the
हेलो
last time
दिव्यांश
they
राम
played,
राम
this wasn't a death sentence. They lost 13-7 on this map and still went through to the next 2 to win and take the series. But those are different maps now.
Yeah.
And what we saw before. you're
कैसी
breezing
हो
the factor.
बढ़िया
It's not your ascent and split.
Oh,
मासी
hello.
कहाँ है I don't know
Brave dive down and oh my
How?
I really
goodness,
don't know.
Marga's feeling it, man. This guy's on fire. He's found himself.
bro Rarga
Rarga!
What?
He can't be
What?
stopped. It's an ace to put XLG back on the board.
bro Rarga is unstoppable not even gonna lie Rarga is unstoppable
Might be the greatest caster curse of all time. I don't know what the hell I've just seen. I remember.
Bro,
people
I was
telling me about
hoping
that
that
gun, it's like, yeah, close
someone's
range,
gonna
mid
kill him
range,
someone's
it's
gonna
pretty
kill
good.
him he
That was
just
every range.
he have just done an ace
Every range in the book.
he went god
And
mode
he's
for
just
real
managed
not
to
even gonna
completely take
lie
over the round. That
what
makes
an ace
absolutely
actually
no sense whatsoever. And what I said, at times this man goes.
I'm not
completely
even gonna
missing
lie
on
I
the
want to
international
see
stage. He's top right now,
what
away
was
from
his
Blade
name
Storm.
मैं भूल के कह रही इसका नाम बताइए फिर से कल वाले का
And of all
यार
the
उसका नाम
rounds
भूल
to
जाता हूँ
win,
मैं
that one could
Yeah, I've
put
always
them
said that I believe in
right
them
उसको और
coming
रारगा
back.
को साथ में देखना चाहता हूँ
Track.
do you play Roblox a little bit Divyansha
Like, if he drops 30, maybe.
not currently
Maybe
If they lose that round though and win the next because of an ace, yeah, whatever.
अभी
To
तो
win
मैं
that
काफी
round
कम
for
खेलता
Rarga,
हूँ Jamkin and Rarga, I want to see them both in the same team.
So it'll be a trade. If he can just get one or get out of there.
Happy V is out.
Get out of there. At least towards the choke point.
Last survive. Last survive. Rarga.
Now G2 pick up the pace, pick up some weapons as well.
Bro, just look at his movement. Nice try, nice try.
G2
nice try, Rarga.
He wasn't using his primary weapon of the
अभी नहीं खेलता था वैन से पहले थोड़ा बहुत खेलता था.
Causing some issues, but now Jorgamo's found another from elation.
Nice one. That was a nice round. That is a nice round.
I don't know how they managed to turn that back around. Just the early fights.
Anti for XLG and well played by G2.
And well, I guess if you don't have boss mode Raga available.
Boss mode Raga. They are even saying that.
Regular programming.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna say, right? Like. For them, you have an ace in one round and then fall flat immediately after. It does take the wind out of the sails there. That was the chance. G2 with barely anything to work with, and yet they win those C main fights up against two players.
Okay, he's telling how to use
when they had
Excel.
only one themselves, and it was
मैं प्रभु Roblox में let's go. Nice Ansha. और बता पढ़ाई कैसी चल रही है?
Nowhere nearby, and hearing three players towards that A side.
How's your study going on?
Straight into B. A good idea.
Shog with the
this player is from the paranoia. But he can't chase him. Not nearsighted like that. But at least
Bro, Rarga is back with the knives.
In such a nasty spot.
Nice shit.
Boss of Rarga taken down. The
I thought he's gonna kill him.
From the loom as G2
well played, Valin.
Riot through this round. It's a 5v3 already. The hero dead.
अच्छी चल रही है nice.
And now it's up to the rest
अच्छे से पढ़ते रहो और साथ में थोड़ा बहुत Roblox खेलते रहो.
I don't think they can even
W
afford
counter
to
भाई
attempt this anymore.
They're giving it a go, whatever it is.
ओ मैंने वो करा क्या?
Tough game for Leo, man.
Dodge करा क्या मैंने?
Tough game.
Happy wait.
IRL dodge करा क्या मैंने?
Already 4 players hunting him down, and the fifth is
okay. They're gonna kill him.
Just locking him into position. There really is nowhere for him to go.
Happy with whiffing, not even gonna lie.
Moments ago, being aced
Happy
by a pistol,
whiffing
to now
today.
being just 2 rounds away from closing out their map choice in even more dominant fashion than the last time these two played.
It really is every time that XLG stemmed the bleeding, G2 reopened the wound. This is just a beatdown, and despite the fact that Rarga, he's had these rounds that feel like they could be highlights of the tournament.
Yeah,
it's not enough. It is a flash in the pan right now, nothing more. The heat needs to pick up.
कैसी चल रही है पढ़ाई लगाओ नहीं मैं उससे पूछ रहा था जो दिव्यांश था या वो एक्चुअली में she's my cousin sister. लेकिन इस मैच में पूरा पंप हो रहा एक्चुअली में इस मैच में नहीं नेक्स्ट मैच में पूरा पंप होगा.
If this ends in an even more dominant fashion, and if the rounds won come entirely off of individuals, that's a very worrying sign.
I think also G2 will have come into this series.
That was not so good.
Like, we laughed when we got to pick you. We then lost. We got punished for
no, it's good.
The negligence, like not expecting them to be a worthy opponent. They will not do that again. They will have prepared for this series, I think, coming in as well.
After this match, I'm just gonna turn on my Mac charger and I'm just gonna drink some mango shake.
Couple of picks, they will have known the breeze was coming.
क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा भूख लग रही है मेरे को मैंने खाया पिया नहीं ज़्यादा कुछ.
I can understand why. Raga has got his primary gun back in hand, and unfortunately,
Bandit.
The G2 they are now heading towards him, but maybe.
Sixth
sense have told them to go.
Rarga again with the bandit.
The C site completely
XLG ka economy is at its lowest for real. By the way, it's the third time in this match.
Leaf, I'd imagine the one.
It's the third time.
Oh no, nobody's taking it. They're
what
all
can
focused
even
on
do?
Just rushing into the side, it seems. For good reason. Orbs don't matter so much as the round win.
Bro, that was a good nade.
That's a great nade from No Man. Fantastic.
That was a good nade, actually.
Advantage, but the weapons just aren't there.
Yeah.
They need a miracle. Again.
If he denied the plant, that would have been
Rarga is also coming from waters.
Get the spike replanted again. Okay. It could have caused some chaos.
Again going from waters.
Instead, now they have to try and fight it back with pistols once again. Lysor giving them a man advantage.
Jogmo with his moves.
Strikes once again. And he's not going anywhere.
Rarga was
Jogmo. Keep that close ground, looking to set up his teammate in Baby Bay. And they now sit with 7.
Why did he stick lol? Because he thinks his team is so good. And they're gonna win. And they actually wins the round.
2 rounds for XLG in a row.
Yeah, I think it was the last 2 rounds of the half, right?
It was indeed. It was off the back of an ace and a big.
By the way, last round
again. So yeah, signs definitely.
XLG still have a chance to come back because it's their buy round, I guess.
In this map, that has been.
It's their buy round.
What we've been talking about all the way through. There was a good chance G2 come through and win this one, but Breeze and Fracture could be more up in the air. Problem again. We've seen Rarga online, but individuals missing for XLG struggles there at times. They seem disarmed. There's G2 look to be in their prime. A play again towards the seaside, a small fake on one side of the map, and now much more direct approach.
Global champ बनने का और क्या?
Just as the squad's getting here, they'll be fading.
इसके बाद देखते हैं 4 हो जाएगी शायद टीम.
But he catches Valen. Unfortunately,
अच्छा जो तू देख रहा है उसकी बात कर रहा है क्या लम्हा? Nah, it's a GG actually.
They need Rarga to land a shot instead. Jorgamo's just fighting him. The confidence
Rarga went
for
up.
G2, but
Bro,
at least managed to give them an advantage back.
What Rarga? What?
Battle towards the spawn has yet to net any real.
He was flying and picking him with an op. Like
yet
what?
to go down.
Okay, they're gonna retake.
Take the time to do it. The flank is being watched. Happyway worried that maybe somebody's coming in for that backstep, but they're all stuck within the site. Rifle being traded over to the other side, and
okay, Happy start.
Shot needs to be landed.
What?
Again, not
he missed the shot
to connect the shots, and because of that, they look to strike back through.
Bro, nice on. Actually, nice on by XLG, but let's see if they can come back or not.
And that's what XLG need now. It's just to put those rounds on the board. Yeah, the comeback not too likely, and I'm sure even in their minds, although it's possible, although you can always
yes, actually it's possible, but it's hard.
Time in the past.
He missed actually.
It does feel like
that was a clear shot.
What they need to show themselves is that the mistakes were made in the
that
past.
Was a clearest shot.
Course corrected. At least for now. Happyway.
He's Rarga. That guy's Rarga.
Of success. A little bit of morale. And that's, at least for the next couple of rounds, the only goal that I have for
Bro,
XLG.
Jogmo is 99.
More individual
and
play.
Leaf is 18-8. Like what? They're aura farming or what?
It's been tough, man.
They're showing why they are
G2. To go for these almost instant pops of his.
What?
That was a sidestep.
Hello, no man missed it.
I think that nade was even thrown in towards the spawn, and what Baby Bay's
that was an UG.
Even still, it's only going to be the 1-for-1.
UC, I mean.
This defensive side definitely
crazy dodge.
A bit more aggressive.
He didn't even try to dodge it. He was just TPing.
Around, but there's one on the other side as well.
And he saw his TP, but still.
Leaf passing like ships in the night.
Leaf is on Rubbles.
But now at least.
And they don't even know that he's on Rubbles.
We sit even.
XLG.
Both of the team.
So close to spotting these players just around the corner. G2 priming themselves for this A-take. Still numbers here. Still Rarga here as well.
Nice shot. Bro, what was the shot? Ah, nice try.
In the open. Trent's got a freebie, but Jogamo won't find anything on
2v3.
the other side. Now pushing into a site.
Can Valen do that for G2?
Set up for success here. 35 seconds. G2 can still take it back if they want to, but they don't know the numbers up against them. They think it's just WS Leo already sporting scars from his previous fight. But Happyway's here as well. Paranoia for backside. Happyway holding the line. And the surprise is set.
What?
Streaking into Trent is now alone. He's in a 1-versus-1. Lysor, the last man standing, 13 seconds, but the plant's already secured. And thankfully,
sure, just think if Trent one-tapped him with a flicker. Just think.
You see Trent in those sort of scenarios.
Bro, nice try. That was a nice try. That was a nice try.
But definitely too close for comfort, but they are still climbing back into these last couple of rounds. It's
winnable still, actually.
Like a mountain to climb. To get back into the map.
But actually, it's a mountain to climb.
Those players warm up.
Like, G2 just need one more round.
Rarga still going strong.
They only need one more round.
Lurks being accounted for as well, something that XLG have clearly become more aware of. But there's still a buy on the other side.
Like, Jogmo is on 2010. 2 KD. You have KD of 2.
Viper's Pit and then a Steel Garden, which it sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Bro can't even break. What?
Could be online if it's Jogamo planting or an orb and a plant for Trent.
Leaf was not even able to break that.
Very uncomfortable round potentially for XLG, and this is why it's so difficult to get
that was crazy. That was crazy.
That's why most teams don't save pauses.
That should be clipped. That should be clipped, Lamau.
You winning pretty low. They might even be able to do it twice. 1:15 on the clock.
Bro is in a World Cup and he can't even break.
Picking up the pace towards the A site. Leo is the only man nearby. XLG started with a stack towards the C site. They expected the presence there, and now they're forced into a retake of A pretty much immediately.
But they are actually doing the retake. XLG is smart now. XLG is playing smart.
Ultimates early.
Bro, but what was...
is just nasty.
Was that Viper ult?
It makes it so awkward to try and get back through on
That
the
could have
retake.
been
Basically
crazy.
are forced to go all the way around.
Would have been crazy.
Either to play directly into where you
Oh,
know
they have counter ult.
Or
nice
try and
counter
go
ult.
back round towards the door. Instead, they use a steel gun of their own. Look to take away the weaponry, but up close, these pistols are just as deadly. You can't afford to go through the pit, and in the time it's taken to get in,
nice shot.
those weapons are
Someone
now
is
already
low.
back online. They
I
walk
saw
into
is low.
Jorgamo, and although it's a trade, that time has been ticking the entire
It's a GG's. It's a GG's, Lamau. It's a GG's.
And it is all but over. A 13-7 once
Actually,
again
well played.
on
Well
Lotus.
played. Both teams well played.
And wow,
They both tried
it looks like we
their
need
best. Their level best. Not even
almost
gonna
a
lie.
repeat of what happened last time.
Like, see Rarga? He's just standing
They're
off.
gonna turn this series. They need to win the next two maps, but I'll be honest with you, other than some blips, other than some
Like,
hero
Lamau, they're
plays,
not even talking
that
to
looked
each
like a
other.
very
What?
comfortable victory for G2.
Well, we need history to repeat itself here, and if it does,
Not even gonna lie, अगर मैं होता ना ऐसे स्टेज पे तो मैं तो बात करता हुआ जाता well played यार, अच्छा खेले तुम लोग, हम भी अच्छा खेले. Thanks
are
team.
going to be hoping for elimination on the line for this squad. And XLG,
Actually, it's an elimination match between G2 and XLG. The one who's gonna lose, they will be out of this tournament. It's an elimination right now.
The puzzle, but not all on the table at the same time. For now, G2 1-0, a strong start to the series. Let's see how the next maps go. Dagon.
Analyst is using Excel. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mitch. As yes, it is 1-0 G2 after just a blitzing performance on Lotus. A lot of C action constantly going there. And XLG never really had a chance, never really had opportunity to get their bearings, get anything going until the final couple rounds.
My files? Save the files.
Yeah. And now XLG find themselves up against the wall with their tournament lives hanging by a thread. Dagon here alongside Kukuka, and big time quick thoughts.
What? I just left the meeting.
First map for me. In the first half especially, they're able to retake.
Bro, I just left the meeting.
XLG, they've changed away from their signature style on this comp, and it's not looking as coherent as we've seen from them.
I just left the
I think
meeting.
this is a little bit expected also from the side of G2. It's good to see also that there is an individual performance that is going up. Trent started having a little bit of a difficult map, but once we swapped side, he was incredible. He was indisposable for their win.
Yeah.
Bro, what am I even doing? Like,
what?
We have
map 2 and a little special guest for pre-map number 2 right after this. You're
okay.
watching EWC
I'm muted.
2026.
We have round of 16 today. Brazil versus Norway. It will be crazy. Excited for that match. What match you are talking about? I don't know. Is this about football? Is this about FIFA? FIFA? यार मैं FIFA नहीं देखता यार. FIFA मैंने last time पता कब देखा था? 2024 I guess. 24 या 25. उसके बाद e-sports का भी इतना देखना पड़ता है मेरे को, and studies भी काफी चल रही है. It's hard for me to see everything at the same time. It's really hard for me. Like, I just left the meeting. I have to attend it again. That's why, man. You should consider watching it. Actually, I want to watch football.
Now imagine an entire city.
Like, see, I'm an Indian and I'm not even... I don't even have time to watch cricket. Like, see, I'm not even able to watch IPL. मेरे को 3 साल हो गए मैंने IPL नहीं देखा है. 3 साल हो गए IPL देखा ही नहीं है मैंने. ना कुछ क्रिकेट के टूर्नामेंट देख पा रहा हूँ, सीरीज एंड ऑल. Actually, if मेरे को अभी चलना है तो मैं स्पोर्ट्स को कंसीडर करूँगा मोस्टली. बाकी वो दिखाओ क्या मैं तुम्हें एक क्लच दिखाऊं क्या अगर यार मेरे को कॉपीराइट आ जाएगा एक अगर मैंने वो दिखाया ना वी गॉट सपोर्ट इंडियन फुटबॉल एक्चुअली यार हम तो सपोर्ट कर देंगे लेकिन यार अब मेरे को नहीं पता चीज़ें बोलनी चाहिए स्ट्रीम पर फिर नहीं हाँ हम तो सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं यार फैंस तो सब सपोर्ट करते हैं यार सब चीज़ को सपोर्ट करते हैं ई स्पोर्ट्स ही देख लो इंडिया अगर इंडिया का एक प्लेयर भी किसी टीम में खेलने लग जाएगा भाई पूरी इंडियन कम्युनिटी पहुंच जाएगी गेमिंग की भी उसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए हम तो सपोर्ट करते हैं लेकिन कुछ जो बड़े पोस्ट पे लोग हैं वो भी थोड़ा सपोर्ट करे अ, अपने देश के उसको टैलेंट को तो शायद और अच्छा रहेगा AIFF घटिया है एक्चुअली मैंने वो पूरी कंट्रोवर्सी के बारे में देखा मैंने एक्चुअली उस पूरी कंट्रोवर्सी के बारे में देखा इसलिए मैंने ये बात बोली पता है यहाँ पे और वो अभी मेरे को लगा मेरा माइक ऑन था मीटिंग में फिर देखा माइक ऑफ है इट्स गुड मैं एक बार ना मैंगो शेक पी लेता हूँ मेरे सामने ही रखा मैंने बहुत देर से पिया नहीं है क्योंकि मेरे को बहुत तेज भूख लग रही है बस 2 मिनट के लिए मैं फेस कैम ऑफ कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को चार्जर भी ऑन करना है मैक का बाकी बात करते रहते हैं साथ के साथ ना बातचीत बंद नहीं होगी बातचीत चलती रहेगी
Before we continue to dive into that, we have a very special guest here on the desk. Joining us is CEO of Sentinels. It's Rob.
एक्चुअली मैंने पानी भी 1-2 ग्लास से पिया था घर आके फिर सीधा स्ट्रीम पे बैठ गया
Fortunately, without the Valorant team here, but you got multiple squads here.
You know, it is role reversal. Last year, Baby Babe was on the desk, and Sentinels was playing XLG in an elimination.
ओले बंद कर दो
So it's all come full
यार मेरे को साथ में का देना चाहिए उनको ना वैसे एक उसमें
So, and here's the thing I've done.
ग्रुप बना लेनी चाहिए मेरे को साथ में उसकी
This is going to shock people.
Okay.
I saw them out front. I gave them all.
वेट मैं ना ग्रुप बना देता हूँ उसके
A G2, you mean?
G2. This is their 9th straight global
like
event to
I can
qualify
make group
for. Since Masters 2 2024. They've been
where's the
every
option
global
I forgot how to make group
All right. I am a G2 fan this week. Okay?
Only for 1 week?
ha I forgot
I mean, what happens if they make it to playoffs and they continue?
The
Will you
playoffs
still...
are Sunday.
transform
What day is it today?
Sunday.
ओडा
For the week through the finals.
Okay.
ओ ओडा से याद आया ओडा जब हम बोलते हैं ना लेफ्ट क्लिक ही करा मैंने यहाँ पे ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा कोई बात नहीं मैं इसको अभी के लिए ऐसे बंद कर देता हूँ और मैं थोड़ा सा मैंगो शेक जल्दी से पी लेते हैं आ जाओ नॉनशिम रेड फोर्स जीत गई जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ स्मैश रूल नॉनशिम क्या है लेकिन नॉनशिम तो मेरे को पता भी है नॉनशिम क्या है मेरा लैपटॉप पे लग गया क्या व्हाट हाँ मेरा भी ब्राउजर वो होने वाला था नॉशिम रेड फोर्स कौन सी गेम की बात कर रहा है यार तू दक्ष वो तो बता तू कौन सी स्ट्रीम्स देख रहा है मेरे को समझ नहीं आया सेम वैलोरेंट में भी ऐसी टीम है ना एक नॉनशिम गेमिंग करके अच्छा पबजी की देख रहा है अच्छा माय बैड
And then we have a Trackmania player, which is
मैंने PUBG का बहुत टाइम से नहीं देखा इंटरनेशनल वाला NEWC वाला भी
that is toward the back half of the event. So
you're going to be here for a while,
that's
no?
what we have going on. So I'm definitely here this week and maybe a little bit of next week. But then we got to get back to LA because the stage 2 kicks off. And of next
करंटली देख नॉनशिम गेमिंग का भी चल रहा है मैं इसलिए सोच रहा था नॉनशिम का देख रहा है देख एमिट वर्सेस नॉनशिम गेमिंग चल रहा है बहुत तगड़ी टीम है नॉनशिम गेमिंग ना अभी शायद वर्ल्ड कप जीते थे लंदन में जीते थे शायद नॉनशिम वाले like Amit is dominating them what in the first map
all ready to swing off of that contact jump spot from Dambi already punished paint shells actually forcing Gentlemates into a bit of an awkward fight but we're looking towards waterfall
no shot
for Nongshim to finally have some success here
still 3 players up for Nongshim this is getting a little bit awkward for Gentlemates
to be honest Furia पॉइंट्स टेबल में टॉप थी वो भी 2 पे टॉम बट नो ये ठीक है नॉशिम रेड फोर्स जीत गई ठीक है नाइस
that got a little bit dicey towards the end there but Gentlemates still 12
yeah I mean
like bro what Nongshim is doing they need some confidence right now they're losing
Nongshim might be setting like a world record time of speed running this game. We should probably sign him up for like Gran Turismo or something like that. I don't know. Is there a racing game?
Like I said, the only thing about this that is not that bad for Nongshim is that Sheila Gaming did worse somehow. That's genuinely the only thing.
Great. Thanks, man.
Lamau, they mentioned XLG.
But Lotus is looking like a no-go for any team against General Mates. The way mates are playing right now, Nongshim, you called it already having to think about Haven.
I'm feeling sad for Nongshim. Lamau. Can't even do anything about that. We are supporting G2.
It is amazing, right? Because 100 Thieves was the first team to go forward.
Actually.
Sentinels did beat in stage 1, so you can see we're on our way back already.
Next map here for G2 is Breeze, right? Yeah, we got Breeze going on here.
Smash tool की वजह से वो ना फ्यूरिया जीतती एक्चुअली में फ्यूरिया काफी ताकतवर टीम है
I'm going to give the most troll answer. You know what I love? You know what my favorite thing to see on Breeze is? Yeah. And people occasionally do it when the team can't retake and instead they just take up their positions to farm exit kills. Yeah. And be like, you know what? None of us are going to try and retake the site. We're all just going to stay here and try and kill you when you leave the site.
To be fair, it is pretty difficult to retake on Breeze. That's why we see so many of the flaws. Actually, you need to break their entry point whilst they are executing because otherwise like, if they take the positions
डाल जब तक ये तो स्टार्ट होता नहीं मैं नहीं कर सकता दक्ष पबजी वाला नहीं कर सकता अगर वो वाला मैच डालना है तो ये कभी भी स्टार्ट हो जाएगा ना पता नहीं चलेगा लाइक 2-3 मिनट में स्टार्ट होने वाला है ये और ये तो हार ही गए अब इनके में भी आने वाला है अब इनके में भी ये भी बंद होने वाला है नॉनशिम भी हार ही गई इनका भी मैच खत्म हो गया फर्स्ट मैप like see इनका भी खत्म ही हो गया मैच नॉनशिम हार गया पहला मैप I was sleepy यार रखी यार ये इतने इवेंट्स क्यों oh shit गलत अकाउंट लगाओ असली अकाउंट से पहले नॉट पबजी वेलो वाला हाँ मैंने वही लगा दिया इसलिए मैं समझ गया मेरे को बाद में समझ आया थोड़ा
Try walking through a dark cover with a man advantage that he earned himself in tree and just every shot connecting perfectly on the Guardian. That is delicious.
क्या कर रहे हैं लेकिन नॉनशिम वाले like it's 12-3
1v9 performance ever. X-Ross now looking to help the team out if he can as well, but Martin on just the pistols already responding. By the way, this is only pistols from M8.
He actually tried his best. इसके ना भूल गए टेक्स्ट करने से लंबा कोई बात नहीं जी का क्या सीन जी हार गई जी is out बाहर हो गई जी 2-0 यप 2-0 खत्म होगा बहुत जल्दी लाइक द उन्होंने ट्राई करा यार जीतने का पर स्टिल इट वाज हार्ड AGAL भी काफी अच्छा खेले Dambi he's the only player I want to see not even gonna lie Dambi is the best player best neon flavor I can actually say that इनका स्टार्ट हो गया मैच लमाओ आ जाओ
exactly big time it was Jogamo biting the bullet in that case. Many occasions simply did not know what to do. We have seen this all throughout the few days that we have had of EWC.
यार बेचारा जी मेरे को गंदा लग रहा है जी एक्चुअली में
that they see in the maps the team have prepared coming into the tournament for G2 it definitely has to
like we were supporting G with our heart
of course G2 could have done the same could have done the same thing that Heretic did on Ascent. VOD review, do not make all those mistakes because the composition for them is not going to change.
Yeah, like I see the ideas behind this composition. It's G2-esque in style, but it is who is playing what.
Confusing from time to time. Lower bracket से तो out हो गया दक्ष.
No man on that signature jet with Raga there to.
ये lower bracket के ही वो चल रहा है eliminator.
Has been so high powered in the past, but right now they're back or against the ropes. One map away now from elimination here at EWC. FC 2026.
And remember when Nongshim was
है जी ये कब हुआ और क्या एलिमिनेटर चल रहे हैं जी गया घर अब जो इनमें से जीतेगा वो बाहर जाएगा
Yep, there you go. You see it again. It is
यूपी में क्या हुआ था हैं यूपी में आई अच्छा अपर में अपर ब्रैकेट में रुक उसमें पीआरएक्स थी अपर ब्रैकेट में कल पीआरएक्स निकली है अपर ब्रैकेट में कल अपर ब्रैकेट के वो थे एलिमिनेटर और आज लोअर ब्रैकेट के एलिमिनेटर है यप यप कल अपर ब्रैकेट के एलिमिनेटर थे आज इनके एलिमिनेटर है लोअर ब्रैकेट के इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग क्योंकि ये तो यही बोले जा रहे कमेंटेटर्स बार-बार
and a chance for them to bounce
for
back.
Real.
Last time around, it was the same score and the same map to start the series, and XLG bounced back to take it 2-1.
XLG plays
Today,
good in this map.
Showed that he's got some guns to shoot back at. But
सही है भाई मैंने वो नहीं करी वॉच पार्टी नहीं करी पीआरएक्स भी बाहर हो गई नॉट इवन गॉन मेरा दिमाग खराब हो जाता पीआरएक्स वाला मैच देख के
G2 could be in trouble.
लाइक एलेक्स का रिएक्शन देखना भाई मेरे को उनके कोच का
It's safe to say there were some rougher performances. Leo definitely needing to have a better
एनर्जी से भी हारे फिर उनसे भी हारे कल कारमाइन कॉप से
Asai already under pressure. And it looks like G2 are just building up to purely play this one as a retake.
What teams love to do the retake thing.
No point in battling for it now. Very late lurk being set up here by Happyway. You can see that they'll be taking that mid.
Rarga is playing Phoenix, okay.
Stepping around towards double doors. Indeed, a very late play by Leaf will be coming that way. On the site, though, it's big battle for Nomad. Finding one to start it out as Leo fires from the side. It's a bloodbath for XLG, doing extremely well with Valen. Tucked in the sight, not lasting long. It's the late lurk of Leaf, needing to find something.
India हार गई क्रिकेट में.
They know about this man.
And वो GE भी बाहर हो गई. वो भी तो मेंशन करता कि GE भी बाहर हो गई.
Time alone might win it for XLG. In fact, now it most certainly would. Leaf is just playing for the orbs as they exit, and it looks like at least one was coming his way.
कैरी सारे मैप्स चूज नहीं कर सकते. मतलब टीम डिसाइड करती है ना कि उनको कौन सा मैप डिसाइड करना और कौन सा बैन करना है ताकि मेरे इस अकाउंट पे मॉड दे दे उस पे से हटा दे दूसरा कौन सा अकाउंट था मेरे को स्ट्रीम के बाद बताइयो क्योंकि मेरे को वो चैनल की सेटिंग्स खोल के तब करना पड़ेगा वो काम अभी साइड में चल ही नहीं रहा मेरा वो सिस्टम वो वाला ठीक है इसलिए FPS पे दे दूंगा मॉड
for G2. So if anything,
सिर्फ कल की बात है वही.
If it's going off what we've seen so far, this tournament should be heavily.
तो आज की बिगिन भाई आज भी हार गए यार.
I think it's going to be important that, like this, that they've got a good start in the pistol round. They're building up a bit of momentum because that last map had to feel brutal, but they might be used to it by now. I think that's what like the 5th loss in a row. So Lotus just isn't the map for XLG.
As you said. However bad any other map they may wish to ban is, as the pool evolves over time, I want to just make it Lotus at this point. I suppose practice makes perfect, and they have a lot of practice. So,
by the way, आज last day है जिसको Q&A वाली वीडियो पे अपने questions पूछने हैं उस पोस्ट पे कमेंट कर दो क्योंकि फिर कल से वो हो जाएगा कल से फिर मैं questions एक्सेप्ट नहीं करूँगा और वीडियो बनानी स्टार्ट कर दूँगा कल नहीं परसों से कल तक कर दो काफी लोगों ने कर दिया क्वेश्चन उनको मैंने देख लिया
His highest impact is probably just confirming that's where the hit's coming in.
मैप पूल में उधर चूज कर सकते हैं नहीं मैप पूल पे होता कह रही वो मैप पूल में से डिसाइड कर सकते हैं
There's going to be some serious resistance.
This is a great orb farming.
मैं वही तो करूँ XLG बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं इस मैप में
Gonna try and clear out.
कल नया वाला यूज करेगा थंबनेल एक्चुअली में डालूंगा मैं
The totem pole of players. There wasn't really any
डालूंगा कल वो थंबनेल स्ट्रीम से पहले.
A comfortable one, and even a little bit of excitement versus the eco. But this is the round where things get a little bit more interesting. As I said, last time
क्योंकि नया मैप आना था ना इसलिए.
0-6 up against Nongshim. It was a rough defensive half.
वो हट गया था.
For the side of G2.
मेरे ख्याल से
if they are going to have an opportunity
फ्रैक्चर हटा नहीं है अभी वो हटा है ना कौन सा मैप था फ्रैक्चर नहीं हटा मेरे ख्याल से कोई और मैप हटा था जस्ट एंगल BRX एक मैप भी
you know, essentially full buy from XLG. Yes, there's weaknesses, but
side में upper bracket
except
and
for the fact Leo's been picked off. The spike
even
is
lower
down.
में भी
That's going to slow the play.
उसके बैट वही तो भाई उसके बाद
now as the ult runs out.
सेमी परफॉर्मेंस दिया है PRX ने पूरे टूर्नामेंट में
Trading it back at least. Yes, he's taken some bruises and now the problem is Trent has him
पहले फ्रैक्चर हटे थे कैरी फिर वो पूल में नहीं होता तो ये लोग चूज नहीं कर पाते अब बाकी मेरे को पता नहीं अभी कौन कौन सा है पूल में मैप्स सर्च करके देखना पड़ेगा मेरे को अभी बस सूसू करके आता हूँ मैं ना फिर अपना वो फेस कैम में ऑन करता हूँ 2 मिनट दो मेरे को बस आया 2 मिनट में
Happyway's done incredibly well, keeping things even in a round where they do have a few vulnerabilities. Still a pretty solid bonus round purchase. Shock darts might be able to do at least a little bit of damage onto Happyway, and in fact, that's at least half of his health gone. He's going to get taken down by utility alone, but again, there's been a trade. Raga with another high-impact round, and in fact, he will continue it. XLG, it looked like that was going to be a bit of a rough start with the spike being dropped towards their spawn, but they recover excellently.
Yeah, honestly, in a 2v2, I already thought this is a successful round for XLG. No matter what happens, they got a plant, they got 3 players removed from the equation on the other side. That's a big cost for G2, and they've given themselves a chance to take it across the line. Connecting it now, well, Steam fully in their sails. A 3-round lead right off rip, considering this team took, well, throughout the entirety of the first half, the most they found was 2. They found that 2 in a row, a single time on the previous map. A big step up for them, and the confidence now sky high. G2 left down to pistols, should be 4-0.
It's kind of the expectation of them going into the map choice, but you always sit there and go, well, after a dominant performance, is it as simple as both teams will be good on their map choice? We see it so regularly that that isn't the case. In fact, even seeing teams lose both map choices and end up on a third in a different way. But at least for now, this is looking good for the side of XLG. Raga already 2 orbs away from having that ult back online for a second time in just a couple of rounds. Like, this really could be a good farming exercise. A little bit messy with those last couple of kills, but out goes Raga. And that's something that they are going to have to be careful of over on the G2 side, because if he gets a singular kill or a death, that would be out online, but they have denied that by dying to other players. I guess you could call it that. I don't think it was intentional.
Oh, well, a happy accident, perhaps.
Happy way.
A happy way for it to go, indeed. Oh, God. Sometimes you upset me, Tom. But that's okay. I'm sure the feeling's mutual. For XLG, I'm very happy to see them have... Very happy to see them have this kind of success early on. Looks like frustration even building up on the other side of the stage for G2. 4-0 down, it's understandable, but that last round, not really one to get angry about. It's somewhere they didn't have a lot to work with. You're probably hoping XLG keep it going.
I'm back. इस round के बाद मैं अपना ज़रा face cam on करता हूँ after this round.
To enjoy Fracture, but yeah, I'm a big fan. Again, G2 struggled on this defense in the last matchup. They did the same versus NRG the time before that when they played it. 0-7 on the defense, so it would be the first time winning a defensive round in 13 if they were to take one here, which sounds crazy for a team of the caliber of G2, but it has been a troublesome map for them, and already it's a bit messy, but Baby gets away with it. Even still, though, he's
that was
crazy,
baby.
And still bear in mind that they have been defending that orb outside of A, and there's only one.
Why is the
live
stream lagging?
Picks up, I'm gonna be really mad. There you go.
Oh my God! First the packet loss.
Fragment used, but he runs straight through it. Jogamo's done well to defend this position, but again, the trade is immediate. That's all they need to do off that ult. Have impact there. Molotov straight onto Balan. They know exactly where he is, and it's just a bait from Noman to give his teammate a free kill, and then Raga gets aggressive once again.
Same issue, like
still
just see what can I even do.
A defensive round will be coming through anytime soon for G2. The struggles are continuing, and with that streak, that's 18 rounds. If you just include their defensive rounds, 18 rounds in a row that they've lost on defensive side of Breeze.
I mean, at the moment, I'm not even sure what G2 need to do. You know, maybe it's an argument for the TikTok agent. a Neon to not be on the Unk. I don't know. I'm just throwing out some ideas. A timeout. That seems to be their solution. Rethinking how they're approaching this early round.
He's young. He's still got lots of life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, Tom, actually. Now that I think about it, no, he's up there. He's up there in the age. I think it starts with a 3. Don't say that.
Soon.
No, don't say that. That's a long way away from me.
Soon.
That's a long way away from me. That's many years, quite literally, many years away.
Join us.
No. Don't do that to me.
Me, you, Baby Bay, Rob Moore. We're all in our 30s, you know.
Rob is in his late 30s. Oh, he's not that far away, so I do have to be careful not to speak too loud. He will come back over here.
Well, yeah, he's come here to support G2, and as of right, the second he leaves, they haven't got around since.
He's here to support G2. I'm going to leak for the people at home. Rob Moore is currently sat watching the Gentlemates game.
Okay.
So he's on the other side. Gentlemates were doing really well earlier. I think it's still going, though. Actually, just for a quick update on that. It was 12-5. Now it's 12-9. Okay.
Ooh.
Mates Nongshim certainly heating up. This
12-5 is the new 9-3. That's what I'm hearing.
That's what everybody's saying, Tom. You said it since the start of the tournament.
Yeah,
You're day one of that. Day one believer. But yeah, for XLG, a 5-0 start. As we said, there are a lot of, in this event alone, a lot of comebacks we've seen. A lot of strong starts that then teeter out a little bit. I don't expect this to be one, at least in round 6, because XLG are up against Pistols, an SMG for Leaf, and a very spread defense. G2 setting a bit of a trap on mid, hoping to be able to burst out of the double doors and find a fight on top mid, or top mid players quickly pounce on any reaction around middle, around the double doors, but XLG are going elsewhere.
Actually, my network is short right now.
They're very much exploring the territory that they left open, making sure that G2 haven't got any extra control.
Should I do the stream or I should end it? मेरे को एक बार बता दो मेरी आवाज आ रही है तो.
Aim of the game in a round like this, when you're up against those Pistols, they're usually only
एक बार मेरी आवाज आ रही है तो बता दो.
An unusual position.
या फिर बंद कर दूं.
And he's missed.
Okay, Baby at least with one. Gotta be careful. His ult's gonna run out soon. If he doesn't get a move on, Paranoia is gonna force him back. And they're now down to just a classic. The weaponry being joggled away as well. But the time is ticking. 25 seconds on the clock. One of the better opportunities just because of that time alone. Trent is in a decent position.
One from
He's going to put a reveal above their heads just to try and make it awkward for them to exit here. They need to get a move on. That time is running all the way down. 9 seconds as they need to get onto the site for a plant. It will be at the last second. If anybody can get in and kill this player off, the round will be G2's, but they can't. And already that advantage dissipates, but then a couple more. A couple of kills back. Weaponry has been found.
पूछ ही सकता हूँ chat
About was still as deadly as ever.
Happy way snuck his way over towards A main. Got the crossfire on the walk up now, although Leaf might be closer than expected. He was. Leo didn't think he could be in that spot. It's a small mistake, but one that could be very, very costly. Happy way pops the wall.
अरे आवाज पर stream अच्छी नहीं चल रही. मेरे ख्याल से बंद कर देनी चाहिए.
Baby Bay down and out, snake bite there, and it's landed as well. Leaf, he can't get this done anymore. The round won just off the delay by Happy Way.
Oh, he's even going to take the kill as the exit as well. This was a man that was a complete nightmare for G2 the last time they played the series. And thinking back to that ascent that they won so dominantly, and that streak of rounds is continuing. As said, I think that's now 19 rounds in a row. If you're just looking at the defensive side of Breeze, that G2 haven't managed to win. This side of the map, I think, it is by far their worst of any. And sure, that's not against XLG, but that streak is still going. For XLG, this map pick looking like a stellar one. 6-0 over on the attack. But this is where, other than that Neon ult that was used in the last round, G2 have everything. Excuses go out the window. The attack, though, have actually utilized their Hunter's Fury very early on. They're trying to pincer off of this. Valen started off strong. The trade's back thick and fast. An advantage for G2. Lysel with a chance, but a little bit late.
Nice shots by Trent. Still with that Hunter's Fury back pocketed. No need to use it in this round, it seems. It's just Leo and Happy Way. But if that spike makes it to sight, things could definitely change, especially with the drone now used up. A Viper's Pit